Captains for tonight's game for Laurence Manning, number 0, Colby Louder, number 3, Peyton Brown, number 12, Sean Moore, and number 58, Kib Newman for the Barons. Number 20 is Sterling Tyndall, number 21.
On a beautiful night for high school football in Sumter, South Carolina, the Barons of Wilson Hall are set to host the Swamp Cats of Laurence Manning Academy. It's a skeezer matchup on the Sonic FNR High School Football Game of the Week right now. Good evening, everyone. It's time for Sonic FNR High School Football Game of the Week. Laurence Manning Academy coming in at 1-2, taking on the homestanding Barons of Wilson Hall, 3-0 at Spencer Field in Sumter. Welcome into the broadcast. My name is Stacy Huff, joined by my broadcast partner, as always, Joe Cashin. And Joe, it's a skeezer matchup. These two teams don't like each other in any form or fashion. It's going to be intense.
This is the 48th meeting between these two, so this series goes back quite a ways. Wilson Hall has won the last two. However, these two teams coming in different directions. Laurence Manning has lost their last two after an opening night win. Wilson Hall, however, 3-0. With all three wins, they've averaged 42 per game. Something has to give here tonight.
With that being said, we know there's a lot of talent on the field. Wilson Hall coming in on the high, as you mentioned. Let's talk about some of those players to watch, brought to you by Michaelis Mattress. Who are we watching for Laurence Manning Academy?
First of all, for the Swamp Cats, you've got number 11, the quarterback, Granger Powell. He is a junior. Good numbers so far in 2025. You see him right there. 44 completions, 64 attempts, 620 yards in the air, 4 touchdowns, and only 1 interception. We'll have to limit turnovers here tonight. Will the quarterback, Granger Powell. Over on the defensive side of the ball, the Swamp Cats are led by junior linebacker Asher Sanders. He's also had a good start to this year. He has 12 tackles on the year, 3 tackles for loss. He has 1 quarterback hurry, and he's going to lead a defense that's going to have to stop a very potent Wilson Hall attack.
Speaking of Wilson Hall, who are their players to watch, brought to you by Michaelis Mattress tonight?
You got running back Ben McLaurin. He's a senior. 21 carries this season so far, 230 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns. He was an all-state performer in 2024. He is a key cog in this triple option attack. And over on the defensive side of the ball, you've got senior defensive back number 4, Harris Naylor. Good season numbers so far. 14 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. He also has an interception. He is a 2-year starter. This Wilson Hall defense has played very good football in the first 3 weeks, and they look to make it 4 this evening.
Looking forward to seeing these youngsters perform tonight. Michaelis Mattress brings you our players to watch. Now for our Blue Cross Blue Shield keys to the ball game. Who are we looking for? What are we doing?
If you're the underdog, Laurence Manning, you got to limit turnovers on offense. Defensively, be disciplined against the option. We'll get into that as the broadcast unfolds tonight. If you're Wilson Hall, you want to control the clock on offense with that triple option. And then defensively, be prepared for razzle-dazzle. Laurence Manning will throw all the stops out here tonight.
It's going to be interesting to see. Blue Cross Blue Shield brings you our keys to the game. We'll check in on those as the game unfolds. Stacy Huff, Joe Cash, and Claire Foley joins us shortly. Laurence Manning at Wilson Hall coming up.
It's exciting to be here. The crowd, the atmosphere, this is what makes it special. The student body are out of their mind. You want a piece of us? This is what we do. Here we go. Touchdown. Yeah! Wow. Sensational.
Saturday on Watch Fox.
Matt Dowell here with Stephen Vicari with Stewart Law Offices. Stephen, how did the partnership with Sonic Friday Night Rivals come about, and why is it so important for you guys to invest in your local community?
Well, we're committed to the community that we live in, work in, and where our kids go to school. And without sounding cliche, investing in this kind of helps us give back a little bit. We think it's important for everyone to come together around sports, particularly high school football, because it brings out the best in everyone.
It certainly does, Stephen. Well, stay tuned, guys, because we got more football on the way.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
Welcome in, folks. Sonic FNR High School Football Game of the Week. Stacy Huff, Joe Cashin here with you at Spencer Field. Laurence Manning about to take on Wilson Hall. Let's go down to the third member of our broadcast team, Claire Foley on the sidelines. Claire.
Guys, we're expecting both sets of bleachers to be filled tonight as we've got a rivalry game on our hands. These two schools separated by about 30 minutes, but they really view each other as crosstown rivals. A lot of these kids growing up with each other and their friends 364 days of the year. Head coach at Wilson Hall, Adam Jarecki, joked with me earlier that it doesn't matter if these two teams are getting together to play football, checkers, or freeze tag. There's going to be high energy and a competitive environment. Laurence Manning on the wrong side of that 42-15 loss last year, and first-year head coach Jimmy Noonan says it's a pride thing. He's telling his kids that they want to be able to have bragging rights come 20 years from now when they're living back this game and reminiscing on high school football.
Thank you very much, Claire. We're set for kickoff here, brought to you by Will Lou Gray Opportunity School. That kickoff going to be left to right on your screen. Laurence Manning Academy in the white tops, blue and orange pants, blue and orange trim, white helmets, kicking off left to right on your screen. Wilson Hall, the Barons, in their familiar Columbia blue helmets and jerseys. White pants with blue and black trim, and we're underway. Will Lou Gray Opportunity School, 100 years, helping students build a better future. It's going to be a touchback in high school, automatic touchback. The Barons will bring their offense out, led by quarterback Ford Wilder, number 5 on your screen to be in a moment. We'll talk about those starters here in a moment. Stacy Huff, Joe Cashin high in the press box here in Spencer Field, on the campus of Wilson Hall.
That's a good kick by Vargas. I mean, that was about 3 yards deep into the end zone.
Yes, big leg there. We'll get you those starters in a moment. Our starting lineups brought to you by Stewart Law Offices. We'll have that for you shortly. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. The Barons going right to left on your screen. And movement right off the bat. Both teams moved. They'll probably say the offense triggered that and take them back.
Dead ball.
It is a little procedure.
Offense.
Talking about 5 yards, first down.
5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
How's that feed for you, Joe? That referee feed?
Love it, man. Audio just as crisp as it can be. Good, clear call.
Yes. Beautiful night for football, man. It is perfect. Not too hot. Not chilly just yet. Fall is peeking around the corner, but it's not here yet. Beautiful night. It'll be 1st and 15 for Wilson Hall. They've been in charge of this rivalry the last several years, winning big last year, as you heard Claire talk about. Jet sweep man in motion. McLaurin, number 3, around the right side. He's going to get about 7 or 8 yards. It's 1st and 15. He got about half of that back. It's number 3 there for you. He's a senior. Here's the starting lineup for Wilson Hall. Ford Wilder, I mentioned McLaurin just had that carry. Galloway is talented. Wilsey. They play Vincent. They play a bunch of backs. Split in Elmore, offensive line, Wagner, Thorne, Smith, Young, and Miller. Brought to you by Stewart Law Offices. 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Visit StewartLawOffices.net today. 2nd down. Coming up for the Barons. A nice run up to about the 23-yard line. A little cross buck action that time. A little inside give coming close to the sticks. Might be a little short that time. Good gain on 2nd down, Joe.
You'll see a lot of that cross buck action in this triple option flex bone attack.
There's a Laurence Manning defense right there. Lauder, Weston, and White. The D-line linebackers Moore, McGee, Gamble, and Sanders. And the DBs, Timmons, Dennis, Briggs, and the other Dennis, Zy Dennis. Scoop Dennis, number 1, plays both ways. He's going to be a talented kid to watch at receiver on offense. Brought to you by Stewart Law Offices. Visit stewartlawoffices.net today. Joe, 3rd and a hair coming up for the Barons. They're on the move. Under center, just a quarterback just going straight ahead there. And just one sound, one snap, first down, Joe.
Didn't need much, didn't get much. Able to overcome a penalty on first down instead of behind the chains, but able to move the sticks right here, initial first down of the game.
Yeah, that first run, got about 8 yards. That kept them on schedule. They want to be stubborn with the run. They're a triple option team. MUSC Health brings you our first downs. That's an MUSC first down for Wilson Hall. MUSC Health is proud to call the Midlands home. And now, first down from, call it the 31. Man in motion. They're going to give it to the man in motion. Another jet sweep. The left side this time. Good surge off the ball by Laurence Manning Academy.
I've got to give credit to Henry. Check that. Ray Weston or Laurence Manning. He's a senior. He got in there and got that tackle for loss.
And number 9 in white there. They got it right there, just knifed in. They're going to use their quickness. They're a smaller team. They're going to try to use their quickness off the ball.
They're going to stack the lot. They're going to stack the box too, Stacy. Yeah. We were talking about this before the game. They're going to put 7, 8, 9 guys up around that line of scrimmage.
They're going to dare the Barons to throw the football, but experienced quarterback now in Wilder. He may give him a little pop up top, and he's going to roll this time. He's going to break the pocket and roll out. Trying to throw it, and good defense, good pursuit by Laurence Manning Academy. A lot of people involved. Let's give 15 Asher Sanders some love. He was one of those guys.
Sanders on the pressure.
3rd and long.
He's tried to roll out Wilder to the right, and he really didn't have a whole lot of time. You'll see it right here. He's kind of flushed early. He runs to the right, and you see, you call it, he got the pressure on him by Asher Sanders, the junior. Made him throw that ball a little sooner than I think he wanted to.
Yeah, they're going to have to answer the bell because they're daring them to throw, as you mentioned. They're loading that box. So I bet you can't throw it over the top of our heads. Good coverage by the Swamp Cats. 3rd down and long. Call it 13. Be a pitch. 2 blockers in front over here. Thought they had room, but good pursuit to the football. First step, Bryce Grubbs, number 14 in white. Great pursuit by the Swamp Cats, Joe.
It really was. And again, you see all those white jerseys in the box for Laurence Manning. They're going to make Wilson Hall try to throw this ball. They don't want to get gashed by that triple option. And that's a great stop for LMA here early. Gave up 1 first down, but they got him off the field.
Adam Jarecki on your screen right there, 33 years. He spent 23 of those years at Calhoun Academy, Calhoun County. Been here 11. This is 11th season here, 60-42 to record. He's a Spartanburg native. At Spartanburg High School, played baseball at Wofford, a catcher. He's been around for a long time and doing good work as a coach. Punt team on, and good stop by the Swamp Cats. It's going to be Scoop Dennis at the 40. He's a talented kid. He's going to get dragged down at about the 47-yard line. Good tackle that time for John Land. 8:27 left in the first quarter. We're still early here in first possession, Joe, of the ball game for Coach Jimmy Noonan's Swamp Cats of Laurence Manning. We'll get their starters for you in a moment. Stewart Law Offices brings you our starting lineups. After that first couple plays, they look kind of shaky for Laurence Manning, but they steadied. But they have great field position, too, at the 48-yard line. Quarterback Granger Powell. And there's going to be both teams starting their drives off with pre-snap penalties, Joe.
Yep.
Coach Noonan on the screen. Giving up.
Dead ball.
Give up 5.
Ball start.
Sorry.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Sorry, Mr. Ref. Didn't want to mess up that call. That was a good, nice call.
Great audio.
Absolutely. Both teams start with a little moonwalk backwards on their first play. And couldn't overcome it, although the first down was gotten for Wilson Hall. Let's look at their offense. Laurence Manning offense. Powell just talked about him. Center for Sanders, the tight end. Briggs, Brown, the Scoop Dennis. I mentioned the wide receiver. O-line, White, Pepper, Newman, Taylor, and Gamble. Undersized, Joe, but they're going to try to come off the ball quick. Only 2 players on this roster for the Swamp Cats over 200 pounds. Ranger Powell, they're going look like a little option look that time for him, and that's good pursuit to the ball. A lot of blue jerseys there, Joe. Let's get some love. Among those there, Reese Wilson, number 53.
And then you have a penalty after the the conclusion of the play here, so we'll have to sort this one out. Maybe against Wilson Hall.
Yeah, it's going to be this discussion is going to be big now because this is momentum. I think momentum's in the balance early here. Field position was gotten by the Swamp Cats.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense. Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. Those penalties are offset.
We talked about the rivalry.
Second down.
Tempers flying.
Second down.
You saw that play too, Stacy. They ran a little play action fake, and you see Jimmy Noonan right there.
30 and 14. Long career, spent time at Spring Valley High School, Wando. Actually spent a year here at Wilson Hall in 2007. Yes. Yep. He's a Citadel alum, played on a state championship team at Sumter High School. The 87 Sumter High team won a championship. He played on that team and then went to Citadel. He was a running back. That was Jimmy Noonan, his first year at Laurence Manning Academy. 2nd and 19, Joe. They're going to inside give and just nothing happening. Not a Nuka. Blue jerseys everywhere.
Just not much going on. You talked about the undersized LMA offensive line. Just no room to operate right there. And you see that Wilson Hall defense. And they're up to the task early.
Wilson Hall defense, Howell, Wilson, Huffman, and Lewis. Linebackers, Gilly, Dinkins, and McLaurin. The defensive backs, Beamer, Naylor, Elmore, and Mims. And senior captain Miguel Wagner, number 65, was one of the first guys on that tackle right there. So they changed starting lineups a lot for the Barons. So Wagner starting tonight. Oh, nowhere to go. My goodness. Number 54, that was vicious. Walker Wilson, he walked him down, Joe. Good gracious.
Again, you just see that Wilson Hall defense in front. They outsize LMA up front. You see it right here, this little dive play. Fullback, and he has nowhere to go. They really want to try to get the ball in the hands of Scoop Dennis. They tried that on that first down play where they got sacked, and there's no chance to get it in his hands on that series.
Both teams exchanging punts here. We've had one pass attempted in the ball game. It was incomplete. There's going to be a lot of running tonight. The rugby-style kick, not a bad kick, but if it hits the ground, it may help them. They did. They got a good bounce on that. Helped out inside the 20-yard line. That's where they'll down it, and we'll step away with 6:27 in the first quarter. It's the FNR Game of the Week. Laurence Manning, Wilson Hall. Stay with us.
We pickled everything, Sam. The Big Deal Meal. Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled foam. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
What does MUSC Health mean to the Midlands? Here, you'll get innovative heart care. Here, you'll spend more time with a doctor. Here, you'll make real connections. Here, you'll benefit from groundbreaking research. Here, you'll have another chance at life. MUSC Health, changing what's possible here in the Midlands.
Welcome back inside the Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week, folks. Beautiful night here in Sumter. All zeros. Both teams have one possession. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin, and Claire Foley, glad to have you with us. And coming up, we're going to go ahead and thank you, South Carolina Army National Guard, for recognizing our scholar athletes each week. I will introduce you to this week's nominees coming up at halftime. Thank you for all you do. South Carolina Army National Guard, recognizing those youngsters. First down after that punt. Wilson Hall, their second possession will begin at the 19-yard line. Check that 18-yard line, Joe. One receiver in the formation, McLaurin in motion. They're going to give it, coming the other way this time. Big hit on the sideline that time. Decent run by Milling Galloway.
Again, you get the action going one way to the right. Galloway comes back to the left. You'll see it right here. They'll do a lot of this misdirection kind of stuff. Get a pulling guard out there in front of him. He's able to slip away from one tackle and picks up a nice gain on first down. Gets about 7.
Yeah, Coach Noonan talked about being prepared for the counter steps. They do a lot of counter action. Shard Moore, a small guy, but he brought the pads on that one. 7-yard gain's a good chunk, though, for Wilson Hall. Big crowd here. They're still coming in. Wilder's going to keep it this time. Quarterback fake the give, and Ford Wilder, not much happening there. Good hats to the ball, right?
I think he might have lost a yard there. That's LMA has played pretty good defense here in the first 2 series. Got to stop on the first one, and we have a chance here to get them off the field on 3rd down.
This game, both defenses have really controlled the line of scrimmage. A couple of gash plays the first drive by Wilson Hall, but other than that, not a lot of positivity for either team offensively. First quarter is moving briskly, and we're okay with that.
It's not a bad thing.
That means not a lot of penalties.
That's right.
Oh, it dropped. They had a couple blockers out in front of Galloway that time, but it was dropped, and it'll be punt time again for Wilson Hall.
Okay, what if you're Jimmy Noonan, the LMA coach? If we had told him before the game he's going to get 2 stops early, I think he would have been over the moon on that one. I mean, he's in his first year. Talk about a 3-year development to really get this program where he wants it.
Absolutely. Right. But that said, they want a rivalry game. They want to show as well as they can and send a notice that they're putting it back together at LMA. That's a good point if it gets a good bounce, and it did. Dennis is going to stay away from it, and they checked up at the 36-yard line. We'll stay right here, Joe, at 4:50. That's the guy that's screaming at Dennis. They're going to have to try to find a way to get him the ball.
Yeah, you can kind of tell that he's probably the best athlete they've got, at least in the first series. They tried to do it on the first play of the game, but unfortunately for the Swamp Cats, they got sacked, and so they're going to have to try to be creative to get the ball in the hands of number 1, Scoop Dennis. That's one of the best names we've seen this year.
I love it. That's a cool name. When name that Scoop, you got to be athletic. You got to be one of the best out there.
Not to be mistaken for Snoop Menace.
There you go. Right.
Who once played for Florida
State. Had a brief cup of coffee in the National Football League.
He did.
Ball's at the 36, first down. Starting this drive, and nothing happening. And they just shut that down like a fire marshal at a frat house party, Joe.
With 4:40 in the first quarter.
Because we didn't get one last week at all. I didn't get it up.
You didn't get that in last week?
Not at all. Not at all. No, sir. 53 is the man right there.
Yeah.
He played the role of Joe the policeman coming in to shut it down.
He did. Reese Wilson did a good job there.
Reese, that's a couple of times you've called his name. That's going the wrong direction if you're LMA. They lost one on that. Will they pass it? They're going to look to throw it this time. Look at the left. Now flushed out the pocket. Nowhere to go. Just throwing it up for grabs. That may be. They're not going to call grounding, I don't believe, because he got to the sideline, past the line of scrimmage, I believe.
They're going to talk about it. There
it is. There it is. Yeah. He casually dropped it out.
Yeah.
Joe, the referee said, "Hey, did you see what I saw?" Yeah.
They look at that, and was there anybody anywhere in the same zip code as that ball?
And that's good working together. Yeah, that's good working together. And they both said negative, and out comes the hanky. That's going to be ground. It was no. How about the surge up front for the Barons?
Intentional grounding. Intentional grounding. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Lost it down.
That's a 5-yard penalty.
Again, going in reverse. Reverse skate for the Swamp Cats right now.
So far, both defenses are winning the day. Neither offense can get untracked. And, well, what really kills you here is the loss of down. I mean, you can take of course, it's going to be a spot. It's going to be more than a 5-yard penalty. This is going to be all the way back when we let go of the football. But you lose the down, and that's what really hurts.
Coach Noonan on your screen right there, but it looks like he was trying to twist it and turn the pocket, and he just thought, let me just toss this before they're coming fast. And
he had shades of Fran Tarkenton out there for a second.
just squiggly line. Now you wonder if you just third and a long distance phone call.
Yeah, it's a ways.
You need a cutoff man to get that. So maybe just run it here, right? Get some yardage back for the punt.
I think you're going to get a delay call here too, because there's another penalty.
Now, this is where a game like this shifts now.
Delay a game to call against the Swamp Cats. That's a 5-yard penalty.
This is danger zone here for LMA. They just cannot turn the ball over here. Even if you don't get much on this play, just do not turn it over.
3rd and 32. Coach Noonan signaling right here. I was thinking you just try to run one and gain some ground. You don't want to punt from the end zone, so you definitely can't go backwards. And they got to get this play off. They are going to throw it. Look, he had Scoop. Dennis broke free for a second, but by the time it was quarterback flushed out of the pocket, he broke free around the 40-yard line.
And he actually had some decent time to throw the football. Granger Powell, the junior, he had some time. His offensive line gave him a little bit of time to throw the ball, but he just didn't. As you said, he wanted Scoop Dennis, but just couldn't get it to him.
A lot of blue jerseys in his face, though. 4:02 left. First quarter. It was moving kind of brisk. We've had a barrage of penalties, kind of slowed things down here, but it's not good when your opposition's at midfield awaiting a punt right now. That's where the Barons are located. Good punt, though. And they're going to try a little trickeration. So that was something pre-called. They got left side over here, cutting it back in across the 40-yard line. That was something that was already predetermined. We'll step away and come back. McLaurin on the return. We'll step away, come back here from Wilson Hall campus.
Barons will take over first down. The Swampcats 40. We do have a TV timeout.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
At Atkins Law, we believe who you hire matters, but don't take our word for it. Hear it from our clients.
From the front desk to the paralegals answering my questions to DeWanna having my back, I couldn't ask for a better team of professionals.
From my first phone call to meeting Joe in person, I knew I was going to be in good hands.
Holly has a great practice, and her various experiences brings tons of knowledge to each of her clients.
Remember, who you hire matters.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
Back here at Spencer Field on the campus of Wilson Hall in Sumter, South Carolina. All zeros. 3:49 left to play in the first quarter. Both teams have exchanged some punts back and forth, Joe, and penalties have kind of reared their head, but nobody's capitalized yet.
No, neither team able to capitalize on anything yet, Stacy. Penalties, we've had a kind of a punt-a-palooza so far, 4 punts, but I mean, this at plus 40 field position, great opportunity.
Yes. Ford Wilder pitches. Galloway with a nice run across the 30, across the 25. That's going to be a big first down gain for the Barons. That is a MUSC Health first down. Great block on the left side without holding, Joe. Good job.
Yep, and they ran the option into the short side of the field. You'll see it right here. They go short side, will fake the dive, pitch the back coming around. It's a good block right there on the corner without holding.
Yes.
That's a big gain. That's what Wilson Hall needs to try to jumpstart their offense after 2 empty possessions to begin.
The Swampcats on roller skates right now. Great field position inside the 25-yard line. Firing off the ball. Good pitch. McLaurin has got to get the corner. He gets the corner. It's going to be a flag down. Though the blocking might have been a little too good on that right side, Joe. They're going to might be bringing this back. McLaurin with a nice cut. We'll see.
This time they run the option to the other side, the wide side of the field. But I think you're right, Stacy. I think this has the opportunity to come back, I believe.
I mean, we were just talking about how they blocked so well on that left side without holding. This time, might have got a little grab on the jersey right there.
Holding.
There it is.
Holding is the call. Offense, number 8. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat, second down, first down, first down, repeat first down.
It was Galloway, Joe. His fellow running back. They've been blocking well for each other, but that was a little too much jersey right there.
Going to be about a 6-yard penalty, so first and looks like about 16.
This game has been marred by penalties. You know, we had a couple of decent plays in this ball game as penalties, flags have been flying the first quarter. Under 3 in the quarter. Wishbone attack, option attack by Wilson Hall. Cut back, he has room. If he gets it outside, he has room over there. This could go. It's going to be another flag down. It's a touchdown, but it may not stand. Galloway with the run, but it's coming back, Joe. Another holding penalty on the right side.
You got 2 penalties, 2 penalty flags on this play here, probably around the same thing, but that was all Galloway. I mean, how about that, right? I mean, he goes left, doesn't have much there, then cuts it back against the grain, and the back door is wide open.
Yeah, they went against, the flow flowed one way, and he did a great job cutting back, but sometimes you set up you almost have to hold.
Holding. Number 42 on the offense. 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Yeah, sometimes you got to trust the back to use his speed by not touching the body, but it's hard to do, Joe. You want to grab a little bit. That's Coach Jarecki.
Yeah, Wilson Hall almost back to where they started this drive after picking up a big 16-yard gain. Now they're back at the 38. And a long way to go. First and 24.
Yeah, Ford Wilder's a tall kid, man. Their quarterback. They don't have their heights and weights on their roster. He's a pretty good-sized quarterback. The senior. 4 wides in the formation this time for a wishbone team now. 4 wides. They're going to throw it. And Wilder thought about running and just getting bounced around in there. Just nowhere to go. Good job to the ball by the Swamp Cats of LMA.
Ray Weston on the sack that time for the Swamp Cats. He was in there quickly. They broke that pocket down. And Ford Wilder really had nowhere to go with the ball. And after that initial game, like we talked about, Wilson Hall rather, they have thrown this thing in full reverse.
Yeah, they just showed Ray Weston there, one of the guys in pursuit. But yeah, they're now back further than, as you mentioned, than they first started the drive. Second and we're calling it 31.
Shaw Air Force Base from here.
Yes, exactly. That is a lot. And with second down, they got 2 plays to get it, though. They may try to get half of it here. Wilder drops straight back. Little middle screen set up. Good catch. A little room right there if we can get through the first wave. Catch and decent run that time made by number 4, Harris Naylor.
Sean Moore on the stop.
Give Sean Moore the credit for that tackle that time for Swamp Cats, Joe.
And if you get past that guy, because you had it blocked well initially, it looked like you had some blue jerseys out there in front. If you get past that second level right there, it's cruising to the end zone. But right at the Swamp Cats right there, they were able to shut that down on minimal gain.
I'll submit a theory here. After a few holding calls, it makes the blockers a little tentative sometimes, too.
Perhaps.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Slow you down a little bit. I wonder, do I grab? Do I reach right here?
Can I block this guy without getting a flag?
Exactly. So it's back in your mind right now. Big play coming up, I think, because LMA, after that good field position they gave up, they get out of this with no points allowed. 21 yards to go. It's a little run action. Needs another block. It's not going to happen over there. Good job by the Swamp Cats. Dennis was over there clogging it up. Number 7 finished it off. Rob Briggs. Will that be the last play of the play clock? They probably got to snap it right here.
I think they will probably have to snap this one more time. Of course, we don't have access to the play clock, so we're not real sure where they are in terms of sync.
Yeah, and they're gonna keep the offense on the field, though.
I would. I mean, you're at 25. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, unless you've got a field goal kicker, but if you don't come into this thing to kick field goals, you're trying to score touchdowns.
The thing here, though, Joe, and you and I, probably your pet peeve like mine, you gotta run the route to the stick, though. It's unforgivable to run a route short of the stick here. So that's Coach Noonan. He's going to be guarding the stick with his defense, of course. They did let the clock run out, so we're going to step away. The end of 1 here at Wilson Hall is all zeros. LMA visiting the Barons of Wilson Hall. Stay with us.
Wilson Hall Athletic Association. So here we have chicken and sauce polo. Stop by.
Light it.
It all. That is the culture.
Well, this question is wheelhouse for me. I'm going to crush this.
Let's go.
So good.
Let's go, Coach.
The Triple Option Podcast, presented by Wendy's. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Matt Dowell here with Stephen Vicari with Stewart Law Firms. Stephen, you guys have such a personal connection with our community schools. How does that connection help influence this firm's commitment to our local education?
Well, a lot of folks who work for the Stewart Law offices are in education, whether it's in the administration as a teacher or a librarian or a speech therapist. So we understand that it's a very difficult job, and so we've kind of view this partnership as more of a commitment to the growth and success of our community.
That's amazing. Education is so important. Well, thank you for sharing, Stephen. But guys, stick around. More football is on the way.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
Welcome back, folks. We're set for the start of the second quarter here at Spencer Field on the campus of Wilson Hall here in Sumter, South CAC. We all zeros here. Smells like teen spirit. It's a Hawaiian motif, a Hawaiian theme for the Barron's student body here to host their rivals, Laurence Manning Academy. Stacey Huff, Joe Cash, and Claire Foley down on the sideline with you. Doing a great job as always. And going forward on 4th and 11, Wilson Hall at the 25-yard line, 26-yard line. They're going to look like he was going to the end zone there for a second, Joe, and trying to run. He may get it. That's a good job by the athletic quarterback. Big number 5 on your screen right there. What a run, what a finish.
He saw open green grass out to the left, and he had one defender to beat, and that was Rob Briggs over there, and he beat that defender to the sticks. He picks up a first down, and Wilson all able to maintain this drive that started at the plus 40, now at the 10.
Got to be disappointed if you LMA right there, let them off the hook. That's the MUSC health first down, and then the Jim Hudson red zone, folks. Jim Hudson experienced it once, and you'll never forget. Yeah, that may come back to be where the momentum shifted right here for the team that has to be favored. The 3-0 Barons been in the state championship game the last few years. Somebody moved.
It's offside.
Yes, offsides. But I wonder, they're going to say, they're not even pointing to say they were pulled off. It's going to be 5 free yards, Joe. That's 5 free ones.
4th penalty on Laurence Manning.
They are having a discussion, though. So discussion's going longer than you and I might have thought it would go, Joe. So, and it is the encroachment, the offsides from Swamp Cats of Laurence Manning. These two schools aren't very far apart.
No, they're not. Claire talked about it in her opening hit.
Yeah.
2 old rivals here.
These kids go to church together. Some of them went to elementary school together, and they compete in every sport, and they go hard. You see the crowd down in the end zone down there. They really pack them in down behind that end zone on both sides. But that one they're going to right now in particular, they're going right to the end zone. McLaurin walks in. Touchdown. McLaurin, touchdown, Barron. Strike up the Wilson Hall fights on, folks. It's an SCDC touchdown.
Well, we featured him in our opening, Ben McLaurin, the senior All-State performer last year, and I'm not sure he's barely touched on the way to the end zone, and that's what Wilson Hall had to do. They took over the possession at the plus 40, and though they got backed up after initial gain, they were able to convert a big 4th down and punch it in the end zone, Stacey.
Millings Galloway looks to be the kicker here. He is. The hold would be by Cooper Hill. Hold is good, snap is good, and did it sneak in that left side? It is. Hands to the sky. Wilson Hall 7. Laurence Manning Academy 0. We'll step away here from Burnfield and Sumter. 7-0, the FNR High School Football Game of the Week.
We pickled everything, Sam. The big deal meal. A Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled foam. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
During the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Glad to have you with us, folks. We just watched Wilson Hall march. Really, it's 40 yards when it started, but it's a long, probably put 80 yards on that after counting the penalties, Joe.
Officially 40 yards in 6 plays and just over 4 minutes off the clock, and McLaurin from 6 yards out. And yeah, but that went a long way.
A pooch kick right there, caught. That was a Will Luke Opportunity School kickoff, caught, and it's going to give LMA good field position. Wisely coming up to catch that in the air, Rob Briggs. And they tried to catch him slipping. Get the ball at the 47-yard line, Joe. Will Luke Opportunity School, 100 years, helping students build a better future.
Heads up play by Briggs that time to come up and field that ball. Free ball after 10 yards. Sometimes teams don't see that.
LMA waiting to get that signal in. They have a little Vera look to their offense right here. Giving Wilson Hall a taste of their own medicine. Powell, the quarterback's going, nowhere to go. In his face, in his grill. Nice pass. Oh, good footwork over there. That's going to be close to a first down, Joe. That's Zy Dennis, 5'8", 164, the senior. That's going to be right at the sticks. They're going to give him the first down. There's an MUSC first down.
Watch this spin move, though. Oh, there's the quarterback going right. Just out of trouble right there. Granger Powell, and he's able to get the ball away there to Zy Dennis. And, well, that was a heck of a play to pick up a first down. It looked like that Powell may be sacked on that, but he said, nope, I'm out of here.
Yeah, he's a baseball player as well. That's like a little flip from shortstop to first right there. A little sidearm action. And this time they're going to put it on the ground, and nice little chunk that time, number 26. In white, that young man is Eli Sandifer with a nice run. Good job up front.
And again, this is an undersized LMA front. They did a good job there.
Zy Dennis go get in the backfield behind Sandifer. Goes back now. That is a Vera look right there. Wing backs behind the tackles. Powell with a throw. That's going to be another first down. Caught it and got immediately upfield. Good catch and run. Rob Briggs and MUSC first down for the Swamp Cats. They are on the move, Joe Cashin.
Well, they took that kickoff at the 47-yard line. Got great field position. You'll see the little quick pass right here. Here's Powell. He just snaps it out of there, out of his hands, gets it over to Rob Briggs, and he's able to get down there inside the 30. And well, the Swamp Cats on the move, trying to answer that Wilson Hall touchdown.
Nice little flip again this time. Good job catching with his hands. A good run afterwards. Tell you what, that's a good chunk again that time. Peyton Brown caught it with his hands, and again, 1 foot in the ground and get upfield. That's, you tell the coach that way. Talk about it, Joe.
That's what you got to do. Just an open space. He just finds that open space, and that Wilson Hall defense takes a big hit, but they're able to pick up 8 on first down, and the Swamp Cats really look good here.
Peyton Gilly laid the wood at the end of that run, number 50 in blue. Oh, toss to Zy Dennis. He has some room on the right side. He cuts back. Zy Dennis. First down. If there's no flags on that play, it's going to be a first down. Swamp Cats move those chains and inside the Jim Hudson red zone. That's an MUSC first down for the Swamp Cats, Jim.
You want to get the ball in the hands of playmakers, and Zy Dennis looks like he's a playmaker. He was able to turn that corner, put a foot in the ground like you talked about, cut it back to the middle, and the Swamp Cats knocking on the door.
They got a rhythm going right now with the play calling, Joe. They kind of got them, don't know what's coming. They're being very diverse, mixed in the pass with some wide runs. This time it's going to give to Sandifer. Nothing happening. Blue jersey's too stout in the middle right there, Joe.
And big number 53, Reese Wilson, was in on the stop there. They also give credit to Banks Smith. Those two guys collaborate on that stop.
Those are some young men are quick off the football at the time. They really, like they knew the snap count. They got the ball quick, and that's a loss of 1 on the play. LMA trying to respond as the Barons went up 7-0 on the final last drive, a 40-yard drive mixed in with some penalties. Under 9 to play in the half. Torn to the end zone, it's a spot throw. And that's going to be, that could have almost been offensive interference. Scoop Dennis had to play defensive back. He had to push the defender. That ball was better position that time for number 17, doing a good job, Matthew Beamer.
Matthew Beamer back there, and that was a good play to play defense like you talked about, just a fade to that far right corner of the end zone, and you got Scoop Dennis out there, and see Beamer just go up and You know, if you're the receiver and you see that ball's underthrown and the defender's got a shot at it, you got to turn around and play defensive back. I mean, we saw that last week at Dutch Fork and Ridgeview. We saw a receiver do that.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on number 1 offense. 15-yard penalty.
We saw Scoop Dennis talking after that play, and he must have kept talking because he started chirping when the ball hit the ground, and he kept going until he got an unsportsmanlike. That's what you don't need, Joe.
No, that was just you're down there, goal to go. You know, third down just outside the 10, and now you're back outside the 25-yard line. This changes everything for the Swamp Cats.
He's frustrated. Dennis is frustrated. He hasn't been able to get on track here. He hasn't been able to really get the ball at all, and that's going to be a big one. Third and goal to go, basically. 26-yard line. Zotnin is in motion. Granger Powell nowhere to go with the football, throws it out of bounds. And that's going to be, now this is going to be a question. You got to either go to the end zone here or punt it. And they're going to bring on the punt team.
Looks like they're going to try a field goal.
They are. Excuse me, check that. Daniel Vargas, Joe.
And he's got a leg, too. Now, we've seen him kick the ball off, the opening kickoff, and all the way to the end zone. So, I mean, he's got the leg to get there. So it'll be about 43 yards, it looks like, when they put the tee down. The mark, rather.
Granger Powell, the quarterback, is the holder. So, see if they try anything here. And it's just low, wide left. He did have the leg, though, but he pulled it a little bit. So, Wilson Hall dodges a bullet after having goal to go. Stay right here, 8:36, Joe. And that's an opportunity missed for Laurence Manning Academy.
If you're Jimmy Noonan and the Swamp Cats, you really got to be just frustrated with that turn of events. You had the ball. You picked up 3 first downs on that drive. You had a goal to go at the 10-yard line. And,
looking right at you, Joe, right here.
We talked about the leg. He just kind of, if I don't go to the driving range before I start my round, I'll go to the first tee and pull something like that. I'll yank one left into the trees.
Well,
you see me do it,
Joe. You've seen me do it.
I've seen you do it, Stacy. So you get fast with that swing. You got to slow that swing down.
Joe's telling me about my tempo, man. I think about it too much. I got to get out of my head. Saw a little flinch on the defensive line. They didn't get across the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be that first down carry and moving the pile a little bit for about 6 yards. That's a strong run over the right side for the Barons. That is McLaurin.
Yeah, we featured McLaurin in the opening. He scored the game's only touchdown so far to this point earlier in the quarter on a 6-yard run. And it was All-State last year. He's a good physical specimen, too. Just look at him out there. Looks good in uniform.
He does. He actually scored twice that last drive. One,
yeah, he did.
He said, well, I'll back it up and do it again.
Yeah, he sure did.
So, yeah, he showed some jets, a little quickness, a little power in that last drive, and did so that time. 6 yards on first down, under 8 to play in the half. Glad to have you with us here on a beautiful night for football in Sumter. Our Skeezer matchup. They're going to pitch it this time to McLaurin, and he goes around the right side, and he got upended right past the sticks. That's going to be a first down on MUSC first down. That might have been Scoop Dennis coming up to make that tackle there.
Billy Galloway with a good block out here in front of him. You see right there, just kind of turns the defender around, and Galloway, and that gives
12.
That gives McLaurin the opportunity to get to the sticks and pick up a first down.
Sean Moore with that tackle. He's had a few tackles in this game, but that's an MUSC first down. MUSC Health. I want you to know at MUSC Health, they're proud to be in the Midlands. They're proud to call the Midlands home. So let's see if they keep it on the, no reason not to keep it on the ground. They're kind of getting what they want in this option offense for.
You got to figure at some point they're going to go over the top with all those defenders in the box.
You're right. This is going to be Galloway. Galloway put his foot in the ground. He made a nice cut. Might be another first down. It's right at the stick, Joe. That's a good job up front for the O-line of the Barons.
Give Crosby Tyndall, too, credit. He was out in front leading the way. You'll see it right here. Kind of a look at the counter coming back. There's big 64 out there leading the way. He's looking for somebody to hit.
Yes.
Galloway, though, he's able to pick his way through traffic and pick up a first down.
They did give him that good spot. That is a great job, as you mentioned. When you offer the lineman are looking for someone else to block.
Hey, just looking to lay the lumber on somebody.
That's when the offense is clicking. That is an MUSC first down. Another one. Ball is now resting at the 43-yard line of Wilson Hall, trying to put another touch on the board. Going to roll it right, and a pitch this time. They've had success here. He's going to lower the pass. He jumped over him. I thought McLaurin was going to lower the pass, and this flag comes in late. big stick out of bounds there at the sideline near us here, but that's a flag. 2 flags came in, Joe.
I'll be interested to see what this Ben McLaurin playing the high hurdler right there, and he is frustrated. He's like, I just jumped that guy.
Is that illegal? Did they outlaw that? Is that a rule against that?
Personal foul, offense, hurdling the
That's
defender. That's a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
And I didn't know that, but I'm not surprised. It's for player safety. But, Joe, as soon as he left, both flags came out, so I knew that had to be it. Take a look right here. The flags came. It's beautiful. They do it in the pros, do it in college, and player safety probably.
But Stacy,
I know. I don't like it.
I think that's a terrible penalty.
I don't like it.
You know, the officials make the call because it's in the books and you got to call it. But
yeah, I don't like it.
I think that's just. I mean, that's a great individual effort. Guys kind of diving at you. What you supposed to do? I mean, really, what are you supposed to do right there if you're the ball carrier?
I think they're worried about knees to the head for protection, but it can also take your knee out. I don't like the penalty.
It's football, man.
Yeah, I don't like the penalty, but it is.
I think
you know who else doesn't like it? That guy right there.
I know. I guarantee you, he doesn't like it.
It's Adam Jarecki.
I don't blame him. I think that's a bad penalty.
I love talking to Coach Jarecki, Coach Noonan this week. 2 guys that are really enthusiastic and love high school football. Going back to back. You said they go over the top. They brought it down in Galloway. That's the second drop, though. They've had a couple drops out there.
Just trying to check that down. Wasn't going to go far anyway.
No, it was well defensed. They were there.
And I'm really looking for Wilson Hall to really take the top off this thing at some point. I mean, we keep talking about how Laurence Manning, they are committing bodies to the box. And when you do that, you're going to, Wilson Hall's just going to kind of punch him, and then, whoop, try to hit him with a big one.
But who is their speed receiver, though?
That's a great question. Hadn't really seen one yet, have we?
No. I mean, they just hadn't even tried it. I mean, I'm sure they got some guys that can run over there, but we haven't seen them even running deep routes.
Nope.
So we'll see if they got a guy that's going to just run the fly pattern or the deep post. Because it's probably going to be there. You mentioned that box is loaded. 8, 9 guys in the box. And I say who's hitting. Let me give some props. Number 12 in white. He's been thumping. About 160 pounds. And this is a little misdirection. Wilder. And he got across the 30 to about the 31 yard. That 15-yard penalty is going to haunt them this drive. From the hurdling penalty.
I just think that's a terrible penalty. I mean, by rule, you got to call that, I suppose. And that snap right that time right now wasn't a really good snap. No. And Wilder had to go. Actually, kind of almost like he picked it off his shoulder pad just to try to secure the ball.
Yeah, it was that play didn't have a shot. It's 3rd and 22 now, and it's almost like that. But don't worry now. They had a long down a distance. They ended up scoring on that drive. That's how we got to 7. They were down. They had a 2nd and 31 at that point. At one point in that drive. Looking over the top now. This is not the deep ball, but the opportunity is going to come. The receivers have to work with the quarterback. There it is. It's a lot of holding down there. And there's the flag. Zod Dennis and the receiver Harrison Naylor, but they had each other, Joe. They both had each other jacked up. I'm not gonna, I don't do a lot of referee criticizing, but they both had each other.
They kind of did, Stacy. They kind of did.
So it's gonna go against. Here it is.
Pass interference. Defense.
Pass interference to call defense.
15-yard penalty. That's still 3rd down.
That's right. That 15-yard. That's actually not a bad penalty because it was 3rd and 22. It's going to be 3rd and 7. Right. Look. They both had each other.
They look like in a family reunion, hugging each other. They haven't seen each other in a while, and it's like, hey, they're grabbing each other. But
it was a brotherly embrace.
It really was.
And it went against the defender, which a lot of those calls will go when it's 50-50. The defender gets the route. But 3rd and 7 now. LMA still trying to get off the field. And that's well blocked. That's room for McLaurin. Ben McLaurin across midfield, across the 45. Lowered the pads at the 42-yard line. That's an MUSC first down. Talk about it, Joe.
Give Bank Smith and Reese Wilson and guys like that up front. You see them right there. Good blocking at the point of attack. Crosby, Tyndall. You talk about the blocking. Those are 3 guys who were in the mix that time. And well, that's a killer if you're Laurence Manning. You had a 3rd and long, way behind the sticks.
Second time this has happened. Another touchdown drive. They let them off the hook on a couple of 22, 30-yard down and distance.
They knew who they were, and they let them off the hook.
They let them off the late great Dennis Green.
Great soundbite.
Absolutely. Under 5 to play. And Wilder should have pitched that one. Yeah. He hesitated. He had Galloway wide open. There was nobody on that left side over there.
He who hesitates, Stacy.
That's biblical, Joe. That's biblical. Amen. Amen, Joe Casher. Rob Briggs did a good job, the sophomore. He's a 6-footer.
Rob Briggs has been involved in a lot of action tonight for Laurence Manning. He's done a really good job. And when Wilder had that pitch, he had his pitch, man. You'll see it here. Millen Galloway was kind of coming behind him. He gets rid of it. Maybe he thought, I can't do that. Ball security, and by the time he did that, it was all over. Rob Briggs had him.
Coach Noonan told us about his team being undersized, only 2 guys over 200 pounds, but at 6 foot and a 10th grader, that kid 7 right there is going to be a guy that's going to be he's getting a lot bigger. Good job up front. It's going to be second and about 15. And he looked to the left side. He thought he had a man, but it was well covered. Good job by Laurence Manning in coverage and in push.
Bryson Pepper in there for Laurence Manning. And again, the pocket just collapses. I mean, Ford Wilder just doesn't have time to let that play develop. You see him right there.
Bryson Pepper, a junior. He's a well-seasoned junior.
Added some spice to that play, did he not?
Absolutely. Made it a little hot in that pocket. Absolutely. That was 3. You got 3 in on that one. That's pretty good. 3:40 on the rolling second quarter clock. And here we go again. So Wilson Hall is very comfortable right now. It's 3rd and 21. That's not been a big deal for them. They've converted these.
If you can get the pass off, roll one deep, either get a completion, maybe see if you can get a penalty.
Absolutely. Get half of it back, go for it. They're probably not going to punt. That's a middle screen setup right here. And there's nowhere to go. White jerseys all over the place. They got to get them they got to finish the play. And that's just a good job swarming to the football if you're Laurence Manning Academy to get off the field, force a punt.
Not sure where that play was supposed to go, but there were no blockers over there, Stacy. I mean, you had one lone receiver over here, and he makes the catch, but I'm not sure if he just got out from behind his blocking. There's only white jerseys over there.
65 wrestled him down, but that play was disrupted early by Bryson Pepper, and then 65, Tristan White, the 270. He's the biggest player on the team. And wrestled him down. There's only 2 guys over 200. Now the punt's got to get a good roll if it's going to help Wilson Hall out at all, and it did take a pretty good bounce. We'll step away 7-0. 2:35 left in the first half from Sumter, the FNR High School Football Game of the Week.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
Need better sleep tonight? Michaelis Mattress can get you on the bed of your dreams today. Michaelis Mattress has been helping people across the Midlands find the right bed for the right price for more than 35 years. We care about your quality of sleep, so you can trust us to put you on the best mattress for your specific needs. Get huge savings on popular brands like Sealy, Simmons, Serta, and Tempur-Pedic. Plus, get up to 60-month special financing. From something for the kiddos to something for your master suite, we have you covered with a huge selection. Michaelis Mattress. Buy it today. Sleep better tonight.
Welcome back, folks. We're having a great time here on a lovely night in Sumter, South Carolina. The score is 7-0. Wilson Hall over Laurence Manning in a rivalry game. And we want to go and give a special thanks to the South Carolina Army National Guard for recognizing our scholar athletes each week. We'll introduce you to this week's nominees coming up at halftime. Special recognition to my broadcast partner, Joe Casher, for his military service with the Guard. My son, Staten Huff, is a current active member of the South Carolina Army National Guard. Norris McCall, my cousin. Those folks like that out there making it happen. Thank y'all for what you do. 2:35, Joe, and still hanging in the ball game. One play can change everything for Laurence Manning Academy. That's up with their middle screen right here this time. This Scoop Dennis, they finally got it to him. He put a foot in the ground. Joe, he's trying to get down the sideline. This is going to be a foot race across the 30. Here's nobody catching Dennis. What an athlete. What a catch. What a throw. They've been waiting on his strike up. The Swamp Cat fights on, Joe. That's the athlete we talked about, and that was electrifying.
Did you just see him walk away from the defender, Stacy? I mean, even with the angle, he just took this little swing pass out to the right. You see him right here. Got a couple of great kick-out blocks right there. Let's give some credit there to Eli Gamble with one, Tristan White with the other, and it was off to the races, picking him up and putting him down. He just all the way to the end zone, 74 yards, Stacy.
He got to the 40. He just pieced out. He was like, I'll holler at y'all later. He was done. I'll catch you when I get back. Wow, he's been frustrated wanting the football, got the penalty that hurt the last drive. Remember, he got the big unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and he got the SCDC end zone that time. And hands to the sky, we have sevens everywhere. A tie game here at Sumter. We're going to stay right here. That's only a sophomore, Joe. Special talent.
We kind of knew early on, Stacy, maybe in the first snap of the game, that he might be the guy you want to go to because he has speed, athleticism. You just see it again right here. Great blocks right there.
Just
see him, and then you had the missed tackle that time by Vincent Elmore, and it was all over with. He's picking them up, putting them down all the way to the end zone. You see the LMA kids right there. They're happy. They're excited about it.
They made the short trip over, but it was nothing but green grass and opportunity.
Well, you said it, Stacy. They're only one play out of the game, and now right on cue, boom,
just like
they
that.
hit the big one.
And the momentum is squarely on the LMA side. They are the visitors, giving up some chunk plays, giving up a devastating couple of third down conversions, and they're right, Coach Noonan right there. They're right here in the fight. And that play there shows you that they got one guy in particular that's going to be a problem all night long.
Wilson Hall kept the ball for 6 minutes on that previous possession, came away with nothing, had to punt it away. 6 minutes they held it, and 16 seconds later, LMA goes 74. They tied this thing.
That was a scoop and a score, wasn't it? That was a scoop and a score, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Scoop with the score.
Scoop with the score.
Will Lou Gray Opportunity School kickoff. That is LMA kicking off right to left on your screen. Will Lou Gray, 100 years. Helping students build a better future. And it's in the air. It's going to be a short one. Caught at the 34. Dancing to the sideline and a good coverage that time. 2:12. Left in the half. This score might be surprising to some.
We'll see what Wilson Hall does right here. They have had no success in the passing game tonight.
No.
It's all been on the ground with what success they have had. But, they're going to have to try to put something in the air. They only have 2:12 to work with.
With first down stopping the clock in high school football, they have a chance with some gas runs. But you're right, at some point, Joe, may have to go up top. LMA got to the ball quickly a couple plays last time. They're pursuing the pocket right now. The pocket has collapsed. Wilder, nowhere to go, really, but he got a good pass off. That's good poise. And it's going to be a flag down right at the 41-yard line, and we'll see what happened here. Maybe a hold on maybe a defensive hold. Let's see what they call this. Get that clean feed coming up here for you. 2:01 left in the half.
That's a good job by Millen Galloway to come back and provide a target for his quarterback, even if it may go for naught.
Yeah, both of those two guys, experienced guys. Wilder kept his composure instead of just throwing it away. He kept his eyes downfield. You see the discussion going on. This might be a spot foul. They're pointing to a certain area right there. Illegal man downfield, Joe.
Yep, ineligible, yep.
I mean, ineligible.
Well, it's the same thing, yeah.
So ball's going to be at the 38-yard line. That can happen sometime in a scramble busted play as well.
Exactly, and we saw a play like that with Dutch Fork. Their quarterback rolling around all over the place last week and throwing touchdown
and nobody crossed the line of scrimmage.
Nobody crossed the line of scrimmage.
Coach Jarecki right there, he's a little frustrated. Former catcher at Wofford, Spartanburg High athlete, football and baseball.
I'll tell you, Wilson Hall does not seem to be in any hurry. The clock is running, and he may be just kind of content to take this thing to the house, depending on what happens here.
Or they got a shot play they're going to try right here and then take it in. And there we go. They're going up top right here. There's on the sideline. He just overshot him. Galloway wasn't a lot of room anyway. Well covered by Lawrence Manning Academy.
Kind of wanted the wheel, it looked like right there.
Yeah. And that's going to be so this penalty could be everything now. If it could put Wilson Hall in a position to keep going up top here, but if it takes them backwards, you may see them run it out. Run the clock out here. Let's see who this is against. They're pointing toward Lawrence Manning Academy. Yes, a hold. And also offense, though. So that's going to put Wilson Hall in reverse skate. Michael Jackson moonwalk right there, Joe Cashin.
The 7th penalty in the first half unofficially on Wilson Hall.
Man, both teams have had too many. Neither coach can be happy with that. They've killed some drives with penalties. That's Coach Noonan on your screen right there. But you mentioned earlier in the game, you tell him he come away 7-7 right now. He's probably pretty pleased with that.
He knows the task in front of him over the next couple of years to get things right, to kind of get that program back on track after some upheaval.
For sure. Going up top. There he is up top again. And this is a different quarterback throwing to Wilder. So you had a different quarterback coming in the ball game. You had Nolan Gooch, the backup sophomore, throwing the Ford Wilder, trying to throw it up top for us because of his height. It's too short.
And the pass was well underthrown. Didn't work. And
so they 3rd and 25 now, Joe. No one's asking me, but I'm going to say maybe you run it right here. I promise you, Coach Jarecki is not waiting on my input.
Shoot him a quick text. see if he'll pick it up real quick.
Hey,
Coach.
I definitely do have his number, but he's great. Both is great to talk to on the phone. But yeah, he's definitely busy right now. I think they're going to run it out and punt this thing away. I'm guessing here.
3rd down and a mile.
Yeah, mile, a country mile. And there's going to be a timeout called before that. They're going to stay right here with them, Joe, with this 124. I'll talk about it for a moment. Now, I'm the kind of guy, I'd go for the block right here. I mean, if they don't, it's 3rd down. But I would.
And I'm assuming stop 2 that they're going to force a punting situation.
Yeah, at that point, there's not going to be a lot of time left after this play right here. You know what I'm saying? They're either going to call a timeout and play position, or you're going to go for it.
If I'm Wilson Hall, I'm going to run this ball, and then if I'm Jimmy Noonan, I'm going to immediately call a timeout, and then I tell you, I might set up a return. Honestly,
yeah. Well, you would get the ball around midfield.
Exactly, that's what you're thinking. I mean, this punter, you're not going to think that he's going to hit a 60-yarder on you. So
no, right, exactly. So, and look at the crowd right now. I'll tell you that Hawaiian motif out here. They came dressed to impress.
We should wear our Hawaiian shirts one night.
We should. I got to find one that fits. I got to find one. I got to find one that wasn't more than. It's not more than 3 years old before the slight weight gain here.
Well, you've been to the gym a couple of days this week, Stacey. You're working hard.
I'm working hard. I'm doing the right thing. That's Coach Jarecki. I got a few more to lose. But yeah, our Hawaiian shirt days are going to be coming to an end. Fall is coming.
It is.
It's around the corner. We'll see this 3rd down and 25 play. They've converted before from long distance. They have some penalties one time as well. So we'll see right here. They're going to look over the middle. That hit the ground. That's incomplete. And they stopped the clock for Laurence Manning Academy.
Sure do. That's a double win right there for
Save it
LMA.
Yeah. And then I put Scoop Dennis on the kick on the punt return. And there he is. He's going to be at the 40-yard line.
Throw the ball down the seam, and Lauren, he's kind of trying to contort himself, turn back. He had his body leaning the other way, trying to turn back around to catch it. That's a tough catch. Unable to do it, and now it's 3rd down because of the penalties.
No,
yeah, now it's 3rd down.
Okay, we had the wrong, our graphic is wrong, I'm sorry. So there you go. But now you might want to run it because it's 3rd and 25. This is what we thought it was last play, but 119. And there's the run play right there. And it's got some room over here. Good job up front, a good hard run, but there was no way you were going to run for the 25. That was McLaurin running hard.
They'll say his progress was stopped on the field of play to keep the clock running, so now LMA has to take a timeout.
So now the punt is not as attractive for Laurence Manning Academy because the ball will definitely be across midfield. And, you're going to probably 2 timeouts left now, right? You're going to have to try to take a couple shots. But I got a guy. I know a guy in a white jersey that I would throw it to. Number 1. There is on your screen with number 1. And if you just turning in, folks, the last time that young man touched the football, he lit up the sideline across from us here with a 74-yard catch and run. Scoop Dennis. I might remember that name. You might want to write that one down, folks. 6'2", 185 or so. A 10th grader.
Well, you'll see that again in our halftime highlight package. I guarantee it.
I got a feeling.
K-Paz and our outstanding crew, they're all over this as they are every week, and you'll see that play again at halftime.
Best crew in the game, man, in the business. We shot those folks out here a little later on, all-star crew. Punting from about the 26-yard line, it looks like. And that man, number 1, and a broken field, Joe, I like my chances. I'd punt away from him, and they did. He punted it way left. And the ball's going to trickle out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. It'll be 58. Clock take a couple more ticks. 57 seconds. So that's where Granger Powell and the LMA offense will take over, Joe. That's plenty of time to get the ball in the air.
Plenty of time to get the ball in the hands of number 1, see what he can do. See if he can make another play for you.
And you know what? He's not in the ball game right now. No, he's out by the sideline.
Yep.
Yeah, he's out by the sideline. I didn't see him at first. I thought he was on the sideline. He's wide out by the hash, by the sideline. He's standing near the sideline. Wilder is behind the quarterback. Brady Powell can go the other direction this time, and just not a chance there. Well covered. McLaurin was on pass coverage. 3 was covering 3 that time. Intended for Peyton Brown, and number 3, McLaurin, was in great coverage. There's nowhere to go with that football.
And you got, yet again, another penalty.
Aha. With all the penalties, those been the first half went pretty fast.
Holding, number 67, offense. 10-yard penalty, previous spot. Replay, first down.
Joe, I don't think he needs the mic.
I don't think he does either, Stacy. I mean, he sounds off. You know, that's what. When I was in the Army National Guard, we wanted people to sound off. You know, you got something to say, sound off, and that's what he does.
He definitely did that. 52.3. Now, Coach Jarecki's on the 40-yard line. He wants some explaining, and that's a flag down again.
Keep in mind that LMA won the toss. They deferred, and so they'll get the ball coming out. So if they have something good happen here, great. If not, they're going to get first possession of the third quarter.
They're setting the plate now. I'm not sure what the discussion was about, but 52.3 seconds. Looking left again, bubble screen. A little room over there, but no, you got to get past the first man. That was a great open field tackle that time.
Peyton Gilly on the stop right there. Peyton Gilly, by the way, is a cousin of a good friend of mine. Travis Danley is a former Coastal Carolina football player.
Okay.
Husband of Kim Danley. Cousin and Matt Maddox, their son. Of course, they're over. Those folks are over in Conway, but Peyton Gilly right there with the.
Shout out to the family.
Yeah, and of course, you know, Travis, we call him TD, former Heisman Trophy candidate back in the day.
Man, that's good stuff. This is going to be a last play. This will be the last play of the half right here, unless it's an incomplete pass, and they're going to keep it on the ground. That's how we'll end the first half, Joe. All sevens. A rivalry game in Skeeza, Laurence Manning Academy, Wilson Hall. Sevens everywhere. Hard-fought game thus far. And, of course, Lexington Medical folks. Lexington Medical Center has our coach's corner that we do going in and out of the half as the only local independent hospital in the Midlands. We're here to care for you whenever you need us. Be well. That's from Lexington Medical. So we'll get down the field here in a moment. A nice crowd on hand. You see the crowd shot right there on hand here. Both teams scored in the second quarter. And that's where we stand. We expect a lot more excitement and a lot more of those nice physical hits. Been a lot of big hits in this ball game. We expect more of that in the second half coming up. And we go down to the field with Claire Foley and Coach. What's up, Claire?
Coach, Galloway's giving you a lot of good looks with his legs on the offensive side. What do you like of the opportunities he's creating?
Well, both my backs are doing well with that, you know, creating some stuff. We got to eliminate the mistakes. I mean, we were penalized more right then we have the first 3 games. And they were us. They were us. We got to do a better job with that. You know, this is the way it's supposed to be. I mean, we're going to have these kind of games with them every year. So, you know, it's 0-0. It starts all over, and, you know, we're going to start and play a second half.
First quarter, they were putting a lot of pressure on the offensive line for Laurence Manning. What do you have to do to get back to that?
Well, we can't let them get a big play, and we gave up the big play right there. You know, we can't let that kill us. So we got to make sure we boil down and do our jobs and not let them get another big play.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you, Coach Jarecki, and thank you, Claire, for our Lexington Medical Center Coach's Corner. We'll be right with halftime coming up after this. Stay with us. FNR Game of the Week.
The story for this team has yet to be written. Pick it up. We've never seen anything quite like this. Laurence Manning, what a throw! This is going to be a war right now.
Saturday on Watch Fox.
Camminer Heating and Cooling was started by my grandparents 68 years ago with $100 in a truck. It was based on a simple idea: earn your customers' trust.
4 generations later, that still defines who we are. Show up on time, be honest, and do the job right. We call it 5-star comfort.
Give Kaminer Heating and Cooling a chance to earn your trust. Call today or visit trustkaminer.com.
Put comfort in your home the Kaminer way. Call Kaminer right away.
What does MUSC Health mean to the Midlands? Here, you'll get innovative heart care. Here, you'll spend more time with a doctor. Here, you'll make real connections. Here, you'll benefit from groundbreaking research. Here, you'll have another chance at life. MUSC Health, changing what's possible here in the Midlands.
Welcome to Unfiltered Soccer. I'm your co-host Tim Howard, along with the legendary Landon Donovan.
Our collective MLS time, our collective Everton and national team time.
We both have our PhD in soccer.
The culture is very unique in our country.
There's just this element of soccer in America.
People want to hear honesty.
I'm big on my opinion and giving it straight down the barrel.
And we're both at an age now where we can be unfiltered.
Unfiltered Soccer, presented by Volkswagen. Tune in wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the Stewart Law Office's Halftime Report. One moment can change your life. Stewart Law Offices has 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Visit stewartlawoffices.net today.
Welcome back to halftime. Lawrence Manning 7, Wilson Hall 7 here. Time for our educator spotlight. Let's go out to the field with Claire Foley and our educator from LMA.
Thanks, guys. Here with the head of school for Laurence Manning, Alan Kirby. Sir, it's your first month of school. It's also the first year for head coach Jimmy Noonan. He talked about how special the community is there, how he felt just welcomed right off the bat. What's your experience been like?
Right. So first of all, let me say it's an honor and a privilege to be the head of school at Laurence Manning Academy. I came in and everybody's been welcoming. I asked around before I even took the job, and the word that came up all the time was family. And that's truly been embodied by our student body, our community, the faculty and staff. We are one big family, and we're looking to set the standard of excellence in the classroom and on the field. So Laurence Manning's an exciting place and an exciting place to be.
These coaches told us that there's a rich history between these two schools, a little rivalry going. What does it mean to see that kind of passion on the football field of communities that are so close together?
So I'm one of the most competitive people you'll ever meet. This is my first taste of this rivalry. So we had a great week, the Sonic rivalry. We did that Tuesday night. We had a pep rally today. I would put it on the level of Carolina Clemson, just at a high school level. So it's pretty intense, but it's great.
Awesome. Thank you so much, sir. We'll send it back up to you guys.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you, our educator from LMA. And now time for our Scholar Athlete of the Week, brought to you by the South Carolina Army National Guard. And for Lawrence Manning Academy this week, it is Peyton McGee. Peyton is a 4-year starter for the Swamp Foxes football team, and at school he has a 4.85 GPA. In the community, Peyton is an active volunteer with his church and enjoys working on heavy equipment. Peyton hasn't decided on his future plans just yet, but we wish him the very best wherever they take him. Congratulations on being our Scholar Athlete, Peyton, and good luck to you in whatever your future endeavors may be. You are our Scholar Athlete of the Week, brought to you by South Carolina Army National Guard for your team, Lawrence Manning Academy. Stay with us, folks. More halftime activities coming up after this.
Corrections is a team, a group of individuals working together to accomplish a shared goal, striving for correctional excellence to achieve a safer South Carolina, promoting security, demonstrating professionalism, serving with integrity. Corrections is unique. Security, medical, maintenance, food service, diverse positions that make us whole. Working to build something better together. This team is making a difference. Together, this team is making corrections.
Need better sleep tonight? Michaelis Mattress can get you on the bed of your dreams today. Michaelis Mattress has been helping people across the Midlands find the right bed for the right price for more than 35 years. We care about your quality of sleep, so you can trust us to put you on the best mattress for your specific needs. Get huge savings on popular brands like Sealy, Simmons, Serta, and Tempur-Pedic. Plus, get up to 60-month special financing. From something for the kiddos to something for your master suite, we have you covered with a huge selection. Michaelis Mattress. Buy it today. Sleep better tonight.
Matt Dowell here with Stephen Vicari with Stewart Law Offices. Stephen, your support of local schools and communities is so important. How do you hope that support and investment to these student athletes supports that?
Well, we think education is important, and we know that participating in sports helps the educational process. It helps folks become more accountable, better communicators, and more disciplined. And our hope is that we have that effect on the student athletes, but also that it has a ripple effect in others in the community, and that's something worth investing in.
Yeah, that investment is so very important. Well, thank you for sharing, Stephen. But guys, stick around. More football is on the way.
This is the Stewart Law Office's halftime report. One moment can change your life. Stewart Law Offices has 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Visit StewartLawOffices.net today.
Welcome back here to halftime. Spencer Field on the campus of Wilson Hall. The score is 7-7. Laurence Manning, Wilson Hall all knotted up at 7. Time for our educator spotlight. Let's go down to the field with Claire Foley and athletic director Glenn Rector of Wilson Hall.
Thanks, guys. Here with the athletic director for Wilson Hall, Glenn Rector. Mr. Rector, we know that the football team has a rich history, been in the state championship game the last 2 years, but you tell me other teams around campus are having an excellent fall as well.
Yeah, we're just having an incredible fall. I'm so fortunate to have a great coaching staff. Adam's been here for about 15 years, and he does football. Rip Ripley does volleyball, and he's been here about 15 years. Cross country is coached by one of our alumni. They won state last year. They're should be favored to win it this year. Our swim team is doing really well. Just all of our fall sports teams are really doing a great job, and we have a region championship in girls golf on Monday, we hope. So it's an exciting time for us here at Wilson Hall.
And not just winning on the sports fields, but also our Sonic winners of the week. So we have a check here from Sam from Sonic presenting to you guys. So congratulations on being our winners of this week's car hop. We'll send it back up to you guys.
Thank you, Claire, and thank you, AD Glenn Rector of Wilson Hall. And now time for our Scholar Athlete of the Week for Wilson Hall. It is Mary Ellen Thorne. Mary Ellen is an all-state cross-country runner for Wilson Hall. She also runs track and is the swim team captain. At school, she has a 5.16 GPA and is an AP Scholar with distinction, president of the National Honor Society, and member of the Key Club. In the community, she is a member of the YMCA Leaders Club and an active volunteer at her church. She plans to continue her education pursuing a degree in biochemistry, and we wish her the very best in her endeavors. Congratulations, Mary Ellen Thorne of Wilson Hall Barons. You are a Scholar Athlete of the Week, brought to you by the South Carolina Army National Guard. Good luck to you. Folks, stand by with us. It's 7-7, big second half coming up. We have some highlights and more after this.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
What does MUSC Health mean to the Midlands? Here, you'll get innovative heart care. Here, you'll spend more time with a doctor. Here, you'll make real connections. Here, you'll benefit from groundbreaking research. Here, you'll have another chance at life. MUSC Health, changing what's possible here in the Midlands.
Cameron Heating and Cooling was started by my grandparents 68 years ago with $100 in a truck. It was based on a simple idea: earn your customers' trust.
4 generations later, that still defines who we are. Show up on time, be honest, and do the job right. We call it 5-star comfort.
Give Kaminer Heating and Cooling a chance to earn your trust. Call today or visit trustkaminer.com.
Put comfort in your home the Kaminer way. Call Kaminer right away.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
This is the Stewart Law Office's halftime report. One moment can change your life. Stewart Law Offices has 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Visit stewartlawoffices.net today.
Welcome back, folks. We are at all sevens here at Wilson Hall. They're hosting Laurence Manning Academy in a rivalry game. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin up here, Claire Foley on the sidelines. And Joe, we got the all sevens. If you want to know how we got the all sevens, we have a whole moving picture show to tell you how it happened. Talk about it, Joe.
Well, I mean, there aren't a whole heck of a lot of offensive highlights right here. You see one little toss over the middle. Wilson Hall running the early play. Good catch over there by Harris Naylor. He's able to get a little counter coming back the other way. Here comes Ben McLaurin. We featured him in our opening tonight. He had a good first half. He scores right here. You see him just take the ball up the middle, almost untouched, 6 yards. That was the first touchdown of the game, 7-0 Wilson Hall. Here comes McLaurin again. He makes a highlight kind of a play, but that really it's a penalty by rule book, which I've already, But here's a big play for Laurence Manning. A little swing pass out to the right. Scoop Dennis takes it. Line of scrimmage was the 26. He goes 74 yards for the touchdown. Extra point was good. And that puts us where we are right now, Stacy, 7-7.
And now we're going to take a look at some national highlights. You might hear some familiar voices on these national highlights. Let's roll that as well. Take a look around the country.
The best Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country.
Jackson's got to get something here. He got hit. The ball's on the ground. And you don't have any timeouts. They don't have any timeouts.
For the end zone. Caught! Flag! 17.9 to go. And
mistakes. But once they clear those up, West Seneca East is going to be a very good football team this year.
Extra point attempt and trying to get into the end zone for a 2-point attempt instead. After it was blocked, it was DJ Baker was the holder.
Forcing them to pass the ball.
Deep down the field to Harden. Caught! Wow!
Oh my goodness, did he actually come down with that?
Got him in the checkeration. Strike up. The Silver Fox fights on. What a play call. This could be a penalty in the end zone, but that's an SCDC touchdown for the Silver Foxes.
Take us to the end here. Connor Kolka needing to convert for 2. And it is loose. Was it a catch and a fumble? State College is on the football. Yes! State College scores on the 2-point conversion. And Lustig scooped it up.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
Need better sleep tonight? Michaelis Mattress can get you on the bed of your dreams today. Michaelis Mattress has been helping people across the Midlands find the right bed for the right price for more than 35 years. We care about your quality of sleep, so you can trust us to put you on the best mattress for your specific needs. Get huge savings on popular brands like Sealy, Simmons, Serta, and Tempur-Pedic. Plus, get up to 60-month special financing. From something for the kiddos to something for your master suite, we have you covered with a huge selection. Michaelis Mattress. Buy it today. Sleep better tonight.
Corrections is a team, a group of individuals working together to accomplish a shared goal, striving for correctional excellence to achieve a safer South Carolina, promoting security, demonstrating professionalism, serving with integrity. Corrections is unique. Security, medical, maintenance, food service, diverse positions that make us whole. Working to build something better together. This team is making a difference. Together, this team is making corrections.
Light it.
is the culture?
Well, this question is wheelhouse for me. I'm going to crush this.
Let's go.
So good.
Let's go, Coach.
The Triple Option Podcast, presented by Wendy's. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back inside, folks. The party known far and wide as the Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week. We are tied at 7 here in Sumter, South Carolina. Great night for football, rivalry game. Stacey Huff, Joe Cash, and Joe, look at those stats. What sticks out to you?
Well, I mean, the score is 7-7 and total yardage 149-148. I mean, they got there in different ways. Wilson Hall on the ground rather. LMA through the air, but it's a virtual deadlock in terms of total yards and the penalties. 7 LMA, 6 for Wilson Hall. I mean, it could not be closer, and it's not. It can't be when you're tied at 7. It's as close as you could be.
Football out here. Both coaches have a lot to yell and scream about, but no one has turned it over, and I think a play like that could flip the game. Let's go down to the sideline for our coach's corner with Claire Foley.
Yeah, guys, just talked to head coach Jimmy Noonan. He said he really likes how his defense is pressuring Wilson Hall so far in that first half. But just like Coach Jarecki said, he said they really need to be more disciplined and avoid those penalties here in the second half. They get the ball to start it. They also really need to allow their quarterback to get some more time and create those offensive opportunities. Guys.
Thank you, Claire Foley, doing a great job on the sideline as always. That's our Lexington Medical Center, coach's corner. Tidbit of information there. It's the only local independent hospital in the Midlands. We're here to care for you whenever you need us. Be well. That's from Lexington Medical. We'll look for opportunities to kick off left to right on your screen is a pooch kick and fair caught by LMA. Pooch kick by Wilson Hall. LMA will take over going right to left on your screen. All tied up. That was caught by 23. Good heads up play there, Joe, and that was Cole Lambert.
You get the ball at the 44-yard line if you're the Swamp Cats. And you're talking with Jimmy Noonan before the game, Stacey. You, Claire, and I were down there with him, and he kind of knew the gravity of the situation, what he was facing tonight, and talked about this would be a rebuilding process. But, hey, here tonight, they are on equal footing and with the ball in great shape.
Yeah, they got to be pretty pleased with that, considering they've given up some gash plays in the running game. And right here, they made some good plays, so that's going to be a little option, a chance to pitch and keep it. He pitched late to Zod Dennis. A big hit on the sideline, but that's going to be a nicely timed out play. That's going to be an 8-9 yard gain on first down, Joe.
Counter option look right there. You start one way, come back the other, get good blocking on the corner. And that's what they got. And you get it to either Scoop or Zai. And this time it's Zai who takes it.
Good as hit.
Yep, good block on the corner. But that was one we featured in our opening too. Harris Naylor, but Naylor nailed him, but it was not enough to stop a first down.
And they gave them the first down on that. That was a Cameron Heating and Cooling first down. Got right to the stick. Cameron Heating and Cooling, keeping you comfortable in your home since 1956. Already a first down for the Swamp Cats of Laurence Manning Academy. They're going to look back to pass now off the right side. That little wheel route. Got it over to number 3, Peyton Brown. And that's going to be another little chunk play, 7-8 yards on first down.
Great start to the second half for the Swamp Cats. Undersized tonight, maybe a little outmanned, but hadn't been able to tell it so far. They're on the move to start this third quarter.
And they got a good. They're going to give them 8 on that. 2nd and 2. And they got to kind of on skates a little bit now. We got a man out wide left right here is Rob Briggs. Of course, plays both ways. A lot of these kids do. Granger Powell's going to come left this time. He's coming to the side. He may pitch or may keep it. He kept it this time and did a good job. That's going to be a first down. Needed 2. Got about 6. First down, Swamp Cats. That's another Cameron Heating and Cooling first down, Joe.
Granger Powell running the option to the wide side of the field. He's able to split the defenders right about the point of the tag. Kept the ball rather than pitch it. Good decision. Able to pick up a fresh set of downs.
Not in this series is Scoop Dennis. He's not. I'm trying to check it out again. He went to the sideline. I guess you get coached up. He's split wide out on the right by the 35-yard line. He keeps disappearing on me. I keep losing him, but he's way out wide. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Oh, nice hold that time for Wilder. That's a gash play. This is going to be right at the sticks again. Check it out, Wilder. Eli Sandifer, number 26. Nice run.
Well, you get people thinking you're going to go to the edge or the option, and all of a sudden you come back with a dive. I mean, that's just a simple dive play out of the triple option. When your fullback's right in there behind the quarterback, he takes the handoff, He's able to just pop the line of scrimmage and gets about 9.5.
Tell you what, this team is not very big, but they're executing at a high pace that time.
Indeed.
This second and less than 1. Very skinny half yard there to go, and they've been doing it on the ground for the most part here. And they're going to, this time they're going to throw it back to right who they faked it to, Sandifer. And that's a good catch and run across the 20. That's a Jim Hudson red zone and a Camden Heating and Cooling first down, Joe.
Yep. Just had the action going right. You come back to Sandifer on the left. You see it right here.
They faked it to him and then threw it to him.
Yep. Get some good blocking downfield. And
McLaurin dragged him down.
Yeah, McLaurin was able to make the tackle. But again, here go the Swamp Cats. They're in the red zone.
They just got him moved, so he clapped a hard clap, got him this jump. That's 5 free yards for the Swamp Cats. They've got Wilson Hall on skates right now. 9:40, we're early in the second half. Stacy Huff, Joe Cash, and Claire Foley on the sideline. And there's a flag down.
Dead
We know
ball.
what it is, but
Offside. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
that's your feed right there. And you also heard Coach say, "Let's go blue." It's an intense-looking coach right there.
He's concerned.
I think this Will Play's concerned. The play calling is really crisp right now for the Swamp Cats. This is when they had penalties and stymied themselves last time, Joe. 1st and 5. Pitcher this time, Zyd Dennis. Good penetration. That's a good job. The knee went down. That's a good job by 18 in blue.
Nehemiah Dinkins was able to get back there and make that stop. Kind of run some jet action right here. You know, just a little pitch pass ahead. But Nehemiah Dinkins, look, he just gets up the field. I'm not sure anybody blocked him. He's able to get in there and make that stop. Big play there to get a minus.
The book of Nehemiah said that's enough. Paraphrasing. 8:45 on the third quarter clock. Going backwards, loss of 6 on the play. Nice little route that time, but 2 blue jerseys. Oh, Knight, that's a magician. Zyd Dennis playing phone tag in a phone booth over there.
He's zigging and zagging all the way over there. You watch him, I mean, he's going whoop, 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 making guys miss. I mean, this is just a great individual effort. You see the little short pass out to Dennis right there. Watch that first guy, whoop, next guy, whoop, makes him miss. Another one right there.
Almost turned his ankle.
I know, and finally just the turf gave under his feet.
3rd and short. After that nice catch and run. Gain of 9 on that last play was 2nd and 11. 3rd and 2 now. 2 down territory, we can assume, Joe. They're taking the time, very deliberate. We don't see the play clock, but they're taking the time getting this play called in. And they'll give it to Sandifer, who made a nice cut. That's going to be a first down and more. Sandifer twist. Got about 3 extra yards that time. He's going to be down close to the 5-yard line. That's a Camden Heating and Cooling first down.
Give credit to Bryson Pepper, Tristan White, Eli Gamble, Kip Newman, Cody Taylor. Those are the guys up front for the Swamp Cats. They made some room right there. There's Jimmy Noonan.
Yeah,
a long time since. Spring Valley coach, coached at Wando, coached here for years. Stacy, as you mentioned, the first half. He takes over this Swamp Cat program this year. They needed some stability and a good coach, and right now it's looking pretty good.
He's back home. He's from Sumter, Sumter native, Sumter High alum. Tell you what, they got to be pleased right now with the way they've been executing, and again, without penalties.
And they're shortening the game too. This is almost a 5-minute drive right now. They're working on.
Great point, Joe. They kept it inside that time to 26, which had the last run. Look, he should have been stopped earlier. That leg drive, he ran through a tackle there, Joe. Got a positive gain, Sandifer.
He's all the way to the doorstep right there on the goal line.
He's Eli. That's a book of Eli also. Now, we got all the books out here today, man.
Look at you.
Yes, sir. I don't know if we got all 66 represented, but a lot of them in here. They're just gonna twist and turn. Did they blow the whistle? That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. Granger Powell strike up. The Swamp Cat fight song. SCDC touchdown for the Swamp Cats of Laurence Manning Academy. What a drive to start the second half.
And this is just kind of almost a tush-push kind of thing. Just snap it to the quarterback, see if he can get there. And then it's just a man-on-man battle down on the goal line. And Powell had the leverage on him. He was able to fall across and Get the touchdown. And how about this? How about the Swamp Cats with the lead, Stacy?
Spun out of that. And I tell you what, they're not a very big team, but they're playing very good fundamental football, man. They get in the spots they need to be in. In for the extra point. That's a big leg right there. Hands to the sky. And it's 14-7 the lead. Vargas good on extra points. Stay with us, folks. This one is heating up here in Sumter, South Carolina.
Matt Dowell here with Stephen Vicari with Stewart Law Offices. Stephen, how did the partnership with Sonic Friday Night Rivals come about, and why is it so important for you guys to invest in your local community?
Well, we're committed to the community that we live in, work in, and where our kids go to school. And without sounding cliche, investing in this kind of helps us give back a little bit. We think it's important for everyone to come together around sports, particularly high school football, because it brings out the best in everyone.
It certainly does, Stephen. Well, stay tuned, guys, because we got more football on the way.
Welcome back, folks. 14-7. We just saw that young man give his team a 7-point lead. Trying to pull an upset. Laurence Manning Academy visiting Wilson Hall here. Coming up in the fourth quarter, we'll announce our Atkins Law Firm Play of the Game. And if you're looking for a workers' comp attorney, remember, who you hire matters. Atkins Law Firm. Kicking off right to left on your screen on the Will Luke Gray Opportunity School will be Laurence Manning Academy Swamp Cats in the white jerseys and hats. Receiving blue jersey Wilson Hall, the home team, trying to answer, Joe. Will Luke Gray Opportunity School kickoff.
Big possession, too, for the Barons.
There's that short kick again. I'm not a fan. Got to get that before it hits the ground. Anything can happen when a football hits the ground. Field it cleanly, and not a lot happening over there around the 20, 21-yard line as we don't mark it. So now look at their answer will be the Barons came in at 3-0, trying to keep it that way, trying to keep that 0 on the right side of the column.
They came in, as you said, 3-0, averaging 42 points per game in the first three. They have just 7 tonight, and that scoring drive, 10 plays, 56 yards, 5:13 off the clock. Ranger Powell from a yard out, and that's why the Swamp Cats are in the lead.
So right now I'm going to say that Wilson Hall trying to ride forward to some points here.
There you go.
Ford Wilder. Yeah, option attack has had some moments and just not a lot happening right there. Fighting through a tackle, though. Good initial hit, but good stick to it for number 7, Cameron Wilsey. Nice run.
Now, we didn't call Wilsey's name too much in that first half. It was more of the McLaurin show along with Galloway. But Wilsey's able to pick up about 7 there on first down.
Yeah, he talked about his A-backs and his B-backs. Wilsey started last year as a freshman, and now he's coming in off the bench a little bit, but he's a guy who they have a lot of hope for, a lot of potential for that kid, sophomore. And this is McLaurin. I'll tell you what, Laurence Manning Academy have done a good job getting multiple hats to the football most of the night.
And like we pointed out early, Stacy, they have committed a bunch of bodies up in that box. They are daring Wilson Hall to put the ball in the air. So far, Wilson Hall has not been able to do it.
After the last play, Scoop Dennis is shaking his right arm. He's a safety in white right there. He's been shaking that right arm a little bit. He may be a little dinged up, grabbing his wrist and arm on the right side. He's bending over now.
He's the safety back here. He's almost always the lone safety.
And they trusted him to outrun anything that comes through the line of scrimmage, but he just hurt it. His right arm was banged up on that last play. We'll keep an eye on that. 3rd and 1. And they're going to surge. Looks like they're going to get it. That might be Ford Wilder behind the bigger line. I think he just got that 1 yard. It'll be a first down. Camera heating and cooling first down for Wilson Hall.
Just play some physical football up front. Just see if you can sneak ahead, cross that line to gain, which they were able to do. That's a big first down for Wilson Hall. They really need to sustain something and tie this game up here on their home field in this rivalry game. They trail.
Joe, you mentioned it. Not only did LMA take the lead, they massaged that clock pretty good too. So the pressure's squarely on the, the home team right here, Wilson Hall, to answer. Galloway started in motion. He gets the handoff, and again, just multiple jerseys collapse to the ball. Gain of about 3, but they're making it real tough inside the paint, if you will, inside the box.
In the paint, like a basketball game, and you got a bunch of bodies in the paint, and they're just getting after each other.
Absolutely. That lane is clogged right now. You wonder when they try something wide here, or you mentioned break that option and throw one over the top of the heads and loosen up the box some.
That's probably what the hope is, if they get a look they like.
Yeah. So right now we're looking at 2nd and 7. They've been stubborn with the run, though. Hey, there's a lot of time left. You can still do that right now. They give it to McLaurin. They're going to try a flea flicker. They try to flea flicker. Naylor landing the left side. Not a lot of room to run over there. And is that Scoop Dennis came up and made a big tackle there. Looked like it had potential for a moment, right, Joe?
That's a great play, though, by that LMA defense. They stayed at home over there. We can see the replay on this one. You'll see a defender over there that the quarterback was actually trying to turn into a blocker. Forward Wilder got a little bit of a chip early in that play, but not enough. That was a great play by the Swamp Cats to contain that.
I wonder at one point, was he going to throw that?
I thought so, too.
Yeah, I thought it was like a throw, but either way, it was well defended. There was nowhere to throw it and nowhere to run it. And they may not have the wide speed. They may not have the outside speed in this game that they're going to need.
That's a massive play here, Stacey.
I think so. I think you're right. 3rd and 5 is going to be huge. LMA will have all the momentum if they get off the field here, but Wilson Hall's had some success on 3rd down. And they're going to give it a good hard run that time. And one room, 1st down. That's just a good initial surge of blocking, a good determined run that time by McLaurin, number 3.
That's all McLaurin right there. I mean, his offensive line, they've been outnumbered all night long, that O-line, but they were able to carve out just enough space. You'll see it here, create just enough of a seam. You'll see it, McLaurin able to make the first man miss and able to get past the line to gain, and that's a big first down for the Barons.
Cameron are heating and cooling. 1st down. They're on the move now. Cameron are heating and cooling, keeping you comfortable in your home since 1956. Ball's resting at the 44-yard line. 1st down for Wilson Hall. Pitch to the left that time. Initial hit. He just runs through it. There's room on the left side over there. Big run outside. I'm talking about outside speed and a flag. Oh, no, we got a player down. Flag down. I see a player down. I thought it was a flag. That's an LMA player down.
There is a flag down
also
across the way. You can't see it.
Yeah, I see it now. The player had it covered up. That was a big run that time. You wonder, was there a hold on the outside, Joe? We'll see.
Well, this is a major penalty against Wilson Hall, if that's what this is, and everybody retreating.
Yes. Everybody get that clean feed you like right here. He's pointing to a spot where it happened, probably. A spot foul.
Wilson Hall finally gave their fans something to get excited about, and then it looks like for them it's going to be taken back. Which would be their 8th penalty in this ballgame. You heard Coach Jarecki talking halftime. More penalties tonight in the first half than they've had in the first 3 games of the season, as he was talking with Claire at the break, and boy, they just keep piling up.
Here it is.
Yeah. Yep. Block in the back. Off it. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Spot foul.
Repeat 1st down.
Joe, that could be a drive-crushing penalty. How many times, you see a lot of football, how many times those blocks are unnecessary? A lot of times that ain't even necessary, blocks from the back. If you see the back, his back, you got to let him go.
And that once again puts them off schedule behind the chains. Though this isn't the worst it could be. I mean, this will be 1st down at about, 16 yards right here. You might see it right there. Well, that's exactly what you just described, Stacey. That's exactly the scenario.
He was going to get the 1st down anyway. He had the 1st down. Nice. Tell you what, that's a tough physical run right there. But good job flying to the football. Laurence Man Academy flying around out there. That's Wilsey, number 7, with the carry.
So at least they get back to the original line of scrimmage and gives them a couple more downs here to play with. We start to get late in this 3rd. Just a little option pitch out to the right side. Boy, that was
some physical football going on right there now. Some cramping. See some cramping. We saw a player from LMA, and now
Peyton McGee got the worst end of that, I'm
He
afraid.
did. He did. Now you see Ford Wilder stretching his legs out there. It's a little muggy tonight, not real hot, but you see a couple guys trying to ward off some cramps here late in the third quarter. Second and a call at 9. And that's going to be Galloway. Nowhere to go. Just a good job up front. 65.
Yep.
That's the young man we heard about. Tristan White, 6'2", 270, a junior, with the stop.
LMA giving ground just grudgingly here tonight. White was in on that stop. And once again, here we go. The Barons with a huge play on third down to try to maintain possession of the football as we go inside of 1 minute right now here in the third.
Joe, if they get it within a yard or two, I don't think they punt it.
I don't either.
I wouldn't give the ball back.
Either.
Yeah.
I agree with you. If they get this down and makeable, down in distance.
Yeah.
I think Adam Jarecki goes for it.
Yeah, I think they're trying to make a statement, but this play has to go on, and we got 43 seconds left. Wilsey is behind the quarterback in that option attack. McLaurin, they fake it to McLaurin, goes up. There's the play you talk about, open. He's open. That's a nice catch. Throw and catch number 18 with the reception. That is Nehemiah Dinkins. You talked about it, Joe, up top, big first down conversion.
You pull this one out of the bag when you need it, a little play action. He just drops back, and you got a wide receiver wide open. Nehemiah Dinkins, he's able to make that catch and rumble ahead for a first down. That's a major first down for the Barons. They are in business themselves now at the 24.
Another good young player, another sophomore. A lot of good young players on both of these teams. That's huge. Camera heating and cooling. Throw and catch first down for the Barons of Wilson Hall, trying to tie the score here with this drive. It's going to be a little cross-buck action at time. McLaurin has one man to beat. He pushes off. Get a good job dragging him down. That's a strong run. That is a strong run from McLaurin. And he's cramping up. He's cramping up right now, Joe. First down. Big first down run. Talk about his run, Joe.
That little cross-buck action. You come with McLaurin to get some great blocking in there. Makes a man miss right there as he cuts it back against the grain. A little stiff arm there. Not quite able to drag that defender to the end zone.
He's stretching him out. I'll tell you a lot. Guys are cramping here late in this game. 4.7 left to play in.
They'll wind the clock now. I doubt they'll get another snap off.
They
there
won't.
You go.
Because the only reason they didn't wind down before is because of his cramps. So
Yeah.
we're gonna take a walk, the long walk to the other end of the field. 14-7, Lawrence Manning Academy on the road, trying to stun the homestanding Wilson Hall Barons. Stay with us.
We pickled everything, Sam. The Big Deal Meal, Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled phone. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
Cameron Heating and Cooling was started by my grandparents 68 years ago with $100 in a truck. It was based on a simple idea: earn your customers' trust.
4 generations later, that still defines who we are. Show up on time, be honest, and do the job right. We call it 5-star comfort.
Give Cameron Heating and Cooling a chance to earn your trust. Call today or visit trustcameroner.com.
Put comfort in your home the Cameroner way. Call Cameroner right away.
Let's go, baby! It's exciting to be here. The crowd, the atmosphere, this is what makes it special. Here we go. Touchdown! This is what we do! Sensational.
Big Noon Kickoff, Saturdays on Fox.
Landon Donovan and Tim Howard talk about soccer the way only legends can.
I'm a little bit different. Does anybody understand that?
Unfiltered Soccer, presented by Volkswagen.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
And we're about to start the fourth quarter here.
Welcome back inside the broadcast. About to start the fourth quarter here in Sumter, South Carolina, 14-7. And during the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the lights are flashing. Driving deep, looking to tie it up. Wilson Hall, first and goal. Big hit in the backfield. Stumbling forward, but going nowhere. A bunch of Swamp Cats on the tackle led by number 15. He's had a busy night, Joe. That's Asher Sanders.
He did. He got in there and made the stop, and give credit, I think, to Tristan White, too. He got in there and completely disrupted that play. Got the initial contact, messed everything up from the start with the Barons. You'll see right here. He just kind of gets in there and gets just a little bit of a hand on Galloway, slows him up, and then that allowed Sanders to come in and clean it up.
Two juniors. Sanders is a junior and Tristan White, two young players that Jimmy Newton is going to build this program around as he finishes his first year, going to his second year here. Down on the goal line, near the goal line, right at the 5-yard line. Wilson Hall trying to tie it up. McLaurin is in motion. They're going to pitch it to McLaurin around the right side. Made a man miss and knocked out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. Joe, that's a good job swarming to the ball by the Swamp Cats. Again, look who's in the mix again, 15 over there.
Yeah, and also give credit to number 1, Scoop Dennis, came flying up from the safety position.
Yes.
They got over to the ball in a hurry.
Sanders got up kind of slow that time. Sometimes you wanted a smaller team, or did they wear down in the fourth quarter? We'll find out. But they got another play to go to stop, put the stop on right here. It's third down.
This drive has taken off 7 minutes from the game clock, Stacy. They took this possession over with 6:40 to go in the third. We're 30 seconds into the fourth.
We've had 2 drives in the second half.
Yeah, that's it, literally, yeah.
and by the time it's over, we're going to be pretty well into the fourth quarter.
It's hard to get commercials in that way, but
absolutely.
You make for a quick game.
I love it. McLaurin, nowhere to go. He immediately knifing into the backfield. A bunch of Swamp Cats, number 5 amongst them, Peyton McGee, scholar athlete, by the way.
Yep. He was smart on that play as he was able to diagnose that quickly.
He really did. He likes working with heavy machinery is what we talked about. So that was he brought the heavy machinery on that tackle right there.
Yeah, he really did. He can make a good living at that. And fourth and goal, there's no doubt what Adam Jarecki's going to do here. This is your stand of the game, perhaps, right
Play
here.
the ball game right here.
Yeah.
Play the ball game. Let's go. The momentum's going to shift one way or the other right here. Wilson Hall trying to use their size to lean on the smaller Swamp Cats. That's Coach Jarecki on your screen right there. There's no doubt he was going to go for this, Joe. Man in motion is McLaurin. They're going to throw it too easy. An easy throw and catch that time. Caught by Galloway. Strike up. The Barons fight song. SEC touchdown. Great play call for execution.
And Galloway just comes off the line of scrimmage, and he's a tall kid, and you just throw it up to him, Stacy. Throw it up, see if he makes a play. No doubt about this.
Like he jumped right here.
Exactly. Wilder just drops back and just throws it up, and that's almost too easy. Galloway on 4th and goal, and the Barons are able to pull to within 1. And now a timeout taken by the Swamp Cats.
And Galloway is the extra point man, it looks like, as well in the ball game. But Swamp Cats are going to think about it, see if they try defend for the 2-point.
I was going to say, do you line up and go for 2 in this thing? I mean,
I wouldn't though. I mean,
depends on what you're. I mean, we haven't seen anybody really kick the ball of any length tonight for Wilson Hall in any situation.
That's
Kickoffs, punting game.
That's true.
I'm not sure if they've got a youngster over here who's a Ray Guy candidate, but or Lou Groza rather. But
the only reason I would question that, I don't know if 15 is going to win it anyway. I don't know if 15 is going to win this game. You don't know. I mean,
don't know, but
yeah, if you don't get it, you know who loves it. Coach Noonan would love this but we'll see what it looks. I think they're going to kick it anyway, Joe. But that's Coach Jarecki. He told me before the game. He said we've had a running clock the first 3 games. This one won't be that way.
No, he
give
was
him
right.
credit for knowing. Yes.
It's been a running clock with the drives taking so long, but the score certainly would not give you a running clock. Not tonight.
We got a quarter and some change and 2 drives. And Galloway is going to at least line up to kick it. See if we tie it up here. Oh, the low snap. The snap was low. It's going to be blocked. I don't believe you can't advance that in high school ball, but that's going to be huge. A 1-point game right there. That was Zach Dennis picked it up. I'm not sure who blocked it. Bad scout. We're going to step away, Joe. 10:38 left to settle it. From Sumter, South Carolina, LMA trying to pull an upset. 14-13. Stay with us.
Matt Dowell here with Stephen Vicari with Stewart Law Firms. Stephen, you guys have such a personal connection with our community schools. How does that connection help influence this firm's commitment to our local education?
Well, a lot of folks who work for the Stewart Law offices are in education, whether it's in the administration as a teacher or a librarian or a speech therapist. So we understand that it's a very difficult job, and so we kind of view this partnership as more of a commitment to the growth and success of our community.
That's amazing. Education is so important. Well, thank you for sharing, Stephen. But guys, stick around. More football is on the way.
Welcome back inside the Sonic FNR High School Football Game of the Week. We have an exciting one cooking here, folks. Lawrence Manning Academy, the Swampcats 14-13 over the Barons of Wilson Hall. And coming up later in this 4th quarter, we'll announce our Atkins Law Firm Player of the Game. If you're looking for a workers' comp attorney, remember, who you hire matters. Atkins Law Firm. Kicking off right to left on your screen will be the Barons of Wilson Hall. Just came within a point of tying it up on a nice drive. Took up 7 minutes off the clock, a little over 7 minutes, 8 minutes on the clock.
8:02, Stacy,
yes.
Unofficially. 14 plays and 80 yards.
Will look great opportunity to scoop kickoff right to left on your screen. Wilson Hall kicking off another pooch kick. And this Scoop Dennis now, if he gets through this first wave, this kid can run. Trying to break through. He was trying to skirt out of there. They're going to get the ball across the 40, though. Let's take a little extra point again, Joe. See how close he came here.
Well, the snap is what threw everything off. Snap was mishandled there. It was on the ground, and then by the time you try to get it off, and we'll give credit in there to number 9, Ray Weston. He was able to get in there and snuff that out. Of course, you can't return a blocked extra point for 2 in high school football, but the snap and everything. And, I wondered about that Wilson Hall kicking game there, Stacy.
He hit him right in the stomach with it. The snap ruined it. Oh, good penetration. And I tell you what, that's a good job by Granger Powell getting some out of nothing. They were in his grill. They were all up in his business, Joe. Had a snap. They were in my man's Kool-Aid.
His business. That's exactly right. Giving him the business a little bit to start with. Old Ron Cherry would say,
Giving him the business.
But he was able to pick up 5 yards out of that and make absolutely 5 yards out of nothing.
Ball's at the 44, 2nd and 5, and they're going to be very deliberate here. Sergeant that clock. They'd love nothing more of the Swampcats to take all the time off and get one more score. They're going to give it to Zach Dennis around the right side. He got about 3 on that, Joe. It's going to be an interesting 3rd down call coming up here for Lawrence Manning Academy.
Eli Gamble with a good block out there, and again, just a little jet action to try to get Dennis to the corner, the short side of the field.
He got a real good spot there. He got a good spot now. He's got a little over long 2 yards.
Jimmy Noonan, are you looking at 2 plays here to pick up 3 yards?
Smells like team spirit. You can't beat it on a Friday night, Joe. Look at that excitement from the youth, the youngins. No school tomorrow. A lot to be excited about. Good football night. Hawaiian garb. Granger Powell claps his hands. He's going to run, keep option. He's going to cut it inside. He got the first down and a little bit more. Nehemiah made that tackle. Nehemiah Deacons, but that was a good run by Powell.
You know, if he drives that ball all the way to the corner, Stacy, they have something over there with the pitch. I mean, Rob Briggs was coming as a pitch guy, and there was one defender out there. But still a good play by Powell to cut that thing back up inside and pick up a first down. That's what you wanted. Just move the change if you're LMA.
Good observation, Joe Cashin. My man Joe Cashin here alongside him, Stacy Huff, Clark Foley on the sideline. That's a Cameron Heating and Cooling first down for the Swamp Cats. Cross midfield now, ball's at the 48-yard line. Zy Dennis in motion. He's going to become protection. They want to throw it back left, and he stayed alive. I'll tell you what, that's going to be an incomplete pass, but that could have been disastrous for LMA. They almost sacked Granger Powell in the backfield. They're lucky to get out there with just an incompletion.
I tell you, Powell has done an amazing job of getting out of, I mean, multiple times tonight. You'd think they got him, have a great shot at him, and somehow he's able just to get away. And this is incomplete pass is just fine if you're LMA. You know, just get that incomplete, live to fight another day.
And now you come up with 2nd and 10. Now what they do want to do is turn this clock out a little bit more here. 8 minutes and 35 was a lot of time, but the 1-point lead. Wilson Hall salivating for that football back right now. Down a point at home in the rivalry game.
He's thinking about possessions too, Stacy.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, bounce it outside, run it to his own man. There was room out there. That's 2 flags. Yeah, if it's not a hold, then that's going to be a face mask. They're not gesturing for face mask, though, but 2 flags came from the back judge. 2 officials on the backside, 2 flags.
LMA had 7 penalties in the first half. This will be the first, it would appear, of the second half.
Tell you what, he had room to the outside. He bounced into his own man, Pearson Gamble did. But it won't matter now anyway. Got to brush up on my rules on that one. It's a big one, though. That's a huge penalty. That's Coach Noonan. He's not pleased. 2nd and 23.
Unless that might have been a blind side. If he did his kind of did the fist.
Yes, he did.
That might have been a blind side.
Yes, block. A call you don't see very often.
You really don't. And
that could be a drive killer. They got to make that yardage up. They're going to try that left side again. This time a pitch out wide left. Not a lot happening. Good job pursuing to the football in the blue jerseys. I believe Nehemiah Dinkins might have been the first man there. He's been flying around. He already has a big catch on this ball game. There's a couple big tackles on this drive as well. Talk about it, Joe.
See this really didn't have much of a chance to go anywhere. LMA has no room to run. You see the upfield push by that Barons defense. Are able to push that play way back, and Nehemiah Dinkins is able to get in there and make that play for the stop. And well, if you're Jimmy Noonan here, I don't think you risk the football.
No, 3rd and 21, 7:30 left. They'll keep on the ground here. Mr. Rexer, Zy Dennis, nowhere to go. Blue Jersey with nowhere to go. Well diagnosed. They'll be tackled at the 41-yard line, and there'll be punt time for Lawrence Manning Academy. Good job by 53, who's played himself a pretty strong ball game on defense. Reese Wilson.
That looked kind of like the reverse that Wilson Hall tried to run in that 3rd quarter. Nothing backside, good containment by the defense to stop that for little to no yardage. And again, if you're Lawrence Manning, you didn't want to try to put the ball up right there, risk it, just punt it back and put it back in the hands of your defense.
Daniel Vargas, number 20, comes in. He's had a couple good kicks. If they hit, they turn over for him. He needs a good bounce right here. Ball's bounced at the 30. It's a huge bounce. That is a huge bounce for Lawrence Manning Academy. It's going to take the ball down right just outside of the 10-yard line. We'll step away, Joe. 14-13, 6:38 for Wilson Hall to try to take the lead back. We'll be right back.
We pickled everything, Sam. The big deal meal, Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled phone. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
Back, folks, it is time to take a look at our sights and sounds of the game with our Joy Law Firm Smile Cam. Joy Law Firm, just called Joy. Take a look at some of the happiness going on around this stadium. Spencer Field on the campus of Wilson Hall. Young and old, everyone having a good time, and the band played on. Look at those drums. The drummers are in full force. The DJ is doing well. It's a big night here in Sumter for Wilson Hall, and they're trying to come back now. Down 1, 6:38.
That's a 48-yard punt by LMA to get them to pin Wilson Hall back deep at their own 11.
And that is true. That's an 89-yard drive is what they're going to need to win this. Really, a field goal can win it, but they hadn't kicked the ball. You saw what happened in the kicking game. Short gain on first down. And I tell you what, you talk about a loaded box. I think the Swamp Cats are really going to dare them now to, although they did beat them with Dinkins that one time. I think if you coach Jimmy Noonan, you're going to say you got to throw it to beat us. We're not going to give up this option. This option just eat up 6 minutes and kill us like that.
This well could be the last possession too, Stacy. I mean,
the way this half is gone.
I mean, this is only the 4th possession of this half. 2 by each team now.
You look at that D-line from Laurence Manning Academy, undersized, but they've been to the ball. They get in there again. Helmets to the ball. Number 12, I love the way this kid has played this entire ball game. That is Sean Moore, one of the captains, 5'7", 152-pound senior, Joe.
Undersized, but
they thumping.
Not lacking any will or effort. That's a great play by Moore.
Yeah, absolutely. He's played a great, strong game, in my opinion. I love to see the small guys rise up. These kids, they're going to sleep well tonight. They put some energy out here. They just get hashed to the ball, Joe. There's no guessing game here. They only got 3 yards on that play. Third down. This is a huge third down. 5:20 left in the ball game. They're going to pass it. There's bubble screen and knocked down. That's a great job. Sue got a hand on it. That's huge, Joe.
Now, it looked like it was Colby Louder that got the hands up, or it might have been 15. Asher Sanders. Both were backed it. I think they're going to give. I think that was Sanders. We can see that again, but there were defenders all over the place. Tried to set the screen up, as you call it, Stacy, but that rush was just the pressure.
They lured him in. Joe, I think if he gets the ball over that leap, there was some room over there.
I think so, too.
That was a huge jump. Sanders in there. Peyton McGee was in there. It was a bunch of white jerseys.
And no decision here. I mean, there's no choice but to try to punt this ball away and get this thing away from the goal line if you're Wilson Hall.
Might be the biggest 5-12 of the season for both of these teams coming up here. It's a high kick. I want to get away from it. It's going to bounce out about. It's great field position, though, for Laurence Manning Academy at the 48-yard line, Joe. They got 5:04 to either score again or kill this clock. Stay right here. Look at Coach coaching them up now. That's the assistant coach right there for Wilson Hall. The intensity on that sideline right now. They need the leather back, Joe.
Still have all 3 timeouts in the pocket. Still time in this game. I wouldn't say plenty of time, but there's still time in the game. They have time for one more possession, but with those 3 timeouts, they can get it. But first down is the key. You got to get Laurence Manning behind the chains if you're Wilson Hall here.
And Laurence Manning Academy can't put themselves behind the chains with those penalties have hurt both of these teams in this ball game. Coach Nunes told me on the phone this week, he said, they're bigger than us, but we're quicker than them. And quickness has done them well, especially on defense tonight. Granger Powell, they're going to be stubborn and try to push the middle. Decent gain of 3 right there. On the carry, Joe, is Pearson Gamble, a junior. And the clock turns now. The thing is,
the clock, as the world turns, as the clock turns, like sands through the hourglass.
Oh, look at Joe. Okay, Joe, you watched
Carey, huh?
You watched the stories back in the day, the stories, the soap operas. I had to watch it with my grandmama and them.
I saw Fred Sanford make a reference to McDonald Carey, and watching them one morning. Sanford and Son.
Yes. I'm a Sanford and Son fan, as you are as well. The clock is turning. I'll tell you what, Wilson Hall in no hurry to start the clock either. It depends on this next play, though, I think. And they're going to put it in the air. He had Snoop did Snoop Dennis open for a second. He's going to run it for a first down. He could have run it for a first down, Joe.
I think I'll pick up the first down, too, Stacy.
Yeah.
I know he gave himself up right there just short of the sticks, but I think, yeah, you know, I'm kind of in between there. You don't take a big hit, which is smart by the quarterback. You keep the clock running, but you don't quite pick up that first down, so we'll see if that pays off.
4 more downs would have done you well, though.
Yeah, no question, absolutely.
This becomes the play of the game, I do believe, right here. We're talking about third down and Wilson Hall trying to get the ball back. The thing about it is, with the ticks of the clock, they may have to become out of character and throw the ball. If they get it under 3 minutes, it's going to change the way they attack.
And then you got to start burning timeouts if you're Wilson Hall.
This is huge right here. 3rd and 2, call it. And that's going to be a give. They got it. That's a first down. That is a first down. Great job up front. That's a Cameron Heating and Cooling first down. That is big time and a nice run by Pearson Gamble. And a good job up front, Joe.
Now Ranger Powell did the right thing. He did the right thing by getting on the ground.
Absolutely.
And keeping the clock running. And like we called it, Wilson Hall's going to have to start burning timeouts because clock management, game management now with 3:25 to go. It'll be interesting to see how these coaches play the game management piece. If you're Adam Jarecki, you got to stop that clock. You got to try to find a way to strip the ball, get that ball back somehow.
And that's got to be part of what they're yelling. You got one man make the hit, the second man in has got to go for the ball, Joe. You got to make the tackle, though. You got to stop the progress. Second man in has got to punch the ball out.
And if you're Jimmy Noonan, you're over there telling your offense, because he's the offensive coordinator too, ball security. Ball security is the biggest thing right now.
You're right, John. I think the other thing you say is kind of what you alluded to earlier. An extra yard is not worth it. If you got to get down and protect the ball, get down and protect the ball.
And keep the clock running. Yeah. Make them burn timeouts.
Yeah, the extra yard is not worth it right now. Yeah, the 25-second play. I mean, the play clock is your friend right now. Because they got to call this next play. They're going to have to call another timeout. They'll leave them with 1.
Well, what a big win this would be if LMA can hang on and win. And then conversely, if you're Wilson Hall, if you can steal this rivalry game at the last.
So Conference see a timeout after this play, no matter what happens. Oh, big hit by McLaurin. They did call a timeout. Did they call it?
Not yet.
I don't think they did.
Pearson Gamble took a big hit. But I tell you what, if you're LMA, you'll take that 4 yards on first down. You don't have to be in any hurry.
Trying to get them to move. They almost moved right there. Did they move? Looking at the sideline. No hurry. We're under 3 to play. Dennis is in motion to give to the up back. Nowhere to go. Now you wonder they call a timeout right here.
I think you do.
Timeout's going to be called.
Give credit there to 18, the Barons, Nehemiah Dinkins. We've called his name on both sides of the ball. He's able to get in there and get the stop.
Let's thank some of our outstanding crew we work with here. Technical director tonight, Mike Weinmiller. Producer extraordinaire, Kevin Pasanick. EIC, Tim Brusky. Audio mixer, Walker Brewer. Video, Alexander Kitchens. On camera, we have Taylor Shirley, Tiffany Joyner, Brittany Frierson, Jared Thomas, Jessica Pasanick, Kendall Bishop on lead replay. Graphics, Autumn Sherrill. Stats, and of course, check that. Stage manager is Alex Johnson, and of TOC is Taylor Bone. Outstanding crew we have there. If I missed the name, folks, text me. Make sure I got them right.
They do such a great job every week, Stacy. I mean, camera angles, audio, the production, the whole 9 yards.
It's beautiful.
Couldn't work with a better crew.
Absolutely. I'm just honored to be amongst these folks, the hard-working folks, man. Make it happen.
You and I and Claire are just along for the ride, aren't we?
That's it, man. I'm trying to stand on their shoulders a little bit. Look at that crowd. Look at that student section. You can't beat that enthusiasm. You got to feel that we got some drama still left in this ball game. 3rd and 6, Joe. He faked it to no one. Trying to get outside. If he cuts his back right here, Joe, that is a first. That's going to be a first down. They give it to him. He got across the 30. That's going to be a first down, Laurence Manning Academy. It was close, but that last surge, Cameron Heating and Cooling first down on that far sideline. We may get another look, but that last surge.
What a game this young man has played. If they go on to win, he gets my vote as player of this ballgame, Granger Powell. I mean, what a way to sell out and pick up a fresh set of downs here. Gets the line to gain and Well, now Wilson Hall only has one timeout going out here to the left. Great blocking out there by Pearson Gamble to kind of free him up, and then he's able to.
Last surge, right?
The last, like, just exactly right. He's just able to lunge forward and get inside the 30. And Wilson Hall is, they've, again, only one timeout. They can stop it only once, and they're not going to do it right now.
Cameron heating and cooling first down. No hurry. You talking about somebody loitering. They get a loitering citation right now. They're just looking. Are you buying anything? They were just looking.
And right now, yards are not what LMA is looking for. Just hold on to the ball and get to the house. And that's the last time Wilson Hall can stop it. So, well, you start looking at the clock and looking at, can they run this all the way out? I think it will be really close, because they can run 2 more snaps, 2nd and 3rd down. And then what do you do on 4th down?
The problem becomes,
can they run it all the way to the end?
The problem becomes, even if you don't run it all the way out, can Wilson Hall throw the football?
If they get it back, how much time will they have?
They're going to be totally out of character.
I would say maybe 20 seconds if they get it back.
And what LMA is going to do in essence is just put the best athlete in the vicinity deep. And go get the football.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting. But we got a lot to decide before then.
Still time to play. Still time. Yep.
Yep.
It's a minute 57. Still a lot can happen in this thing. You still, just when you think you've seen crazy stuff in football, you see something else.
Absolutely. But I think there's no way at this point Wilson Hall gets the ball back with more than a minute.
Oh, no.
It's going to be close to 30, 40 seconds probably, looks like. Depends on how long the plays themselves take to develop.
I think somewhere around 20 if they're fortunate.
Yeah. 2nd and 9, and it's going to be, they're going to run 3 more plays. Cutting it inside, and it's not going to matter if they don't make a tackle. Yeah, they're going for that ball a little bit. They hit the ball a little loose around that corner, but
that's a dangerous kind of play, Stacey.
It is. That scoop and score would change the.
If I'm them, I'm just going to fall down. Honestly, I'm just going to fall down with that football because they can't stop it, and the clock's going to run anyway. And you really don't need any more yards.
Coach Noonan trying to get out of here with one. Back in his hometown of Sumter.
Well, first down here ends the game for sure.
3rd and 5. They're going to go 2 plays though, so they have 2 plays to get 5 yards.
That's true.
You got to really bow up right now if you're Wilson Hall. And that young man you mentioned, number 11, he's been so tough with the football. Only about 5'10", 5'11", and he just pushes straight ahead. And guess what? He got a good chunk of that, Joe.
He didn't quite get there, but he did get a good chunk.
He got enough to make 4th down much more. The percentages just went up on 4th down, and they're not going to snap this before 30 seconds on the clock.
They'll probably take it all the way down to the end of the play clock. Of course, we don't have access to a play clock, so we're not sure when they're going to stop it. They'll take it down and take a timeout, and then more than likely run a 4th down play. And, again, Wilson Hall will have very little time, if any.
Coach Noonan coached at Spring Valley. Wando coached at Citadel something, actually, after he graduated. He was on the Citadel staff for a bit, 91 through 93. Coached Wilson Hall 2007, but Spring Valley Wando was his 2 major stops. And they called a timeout at 20, Joe. You mentioned 20. So when they snap this next play, even with a change, even with a stopping the play for the turnover, if they don't get it, you're talking about 15 seconds.
At best, I would say. Yeah. I would say 15 seconds. I would say time for maybe 2 plays.
They just can't. They can't fumble the ball right. A scoop and score might be the only shot Wilson Hall had. Other than that, we know one Hail Mary is coming at some point, but a scoop and score would definitely be a finish like I've never seen before with 20 seconds. So they got to protect the ball, as you mentioned earlier. Just go down if you have to, but look at that. Coach Jarecki right there. Let's see the look on his face.
Well, I doubt you're going to see a Joe Pisarcik trying to hand the ball off in the Meadowlands and have old Herm Edwards scoop and score.
You played
the miracle
to win
in the Meadowlands.
The game. I remember that. As a Cowboys fan, I was a semi-interested observer, but it was very good.
And the Giants found a way to lose.
Those were the Giants of old, the pre-Lawrence Taylor Giants.
That's right. That's right. I think I got the coach fired the next day, too.
For sure.
I don't think Jimmy Newton's going to do that.
No. Our graphic says 4. 4th and 4. Might be a little closer than that. And they're going to run wide and take time on the clock. He can't go out of bounds here. But he got to He might have got that first down.
That's game.
I think he got it.
Game,
That's ball game. He
that's
got
ball
it.
Game, yeah.
He got it. And they're starting to celebrate over there. So Dennis came out of there. That's a Cameron Heating and Cooling first down. And then we got a little Jim Hudson red zone activity right there as well. What a game.
That's the last play of the game, too. They
That's
don't have snapping. That's it. How about that big win for LMA?
Wow, that's an upset. Came in 1-2. They're going to leave 2-2 in a rivalry game. Revenge from the blowout loss last year at home to Wilson Hall. Congratulations, LMA Swamp-Cats, 14-13 in a thrilling football game. We're going to watch the handshake line right here. Don't forget, when we come back, folks, we're going to have some awards to give out. Player of the game, all kind of good activities going on, and, of course, talking to the victorious Swamp-Cats. We'll be back with the finale after this.
She's won a championship with every team she's played for. She's a 5-time gold medalist and Rookie of the Year. Now they're doing something they've never done before.
Does this stay on?
Post Moves. New episodes every Wednesday.
Stay safe, alert, and informed with a Skywatch weather team. AMS certified Chief Meteorologist Taylor Canoost and meteorologist Clara Faith bring you local first weather updates on air and online on Watch Fox News.
Friday Night Rivals trophies and awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
Cameron Heating and Cooling was started by my grandparents 68 years ago with $100 in a truck. It was based on a simple idea: earn your customers' trust.
4 generations later, that still defines who we are. Show up on time, be honest, and do the job right. We call it 5-star comfort.
Give Cameron Heating and Cooling a chance to earn your trust. Call today or visit trustcameroner.com.
Put comfort in your home the Cameroner way. Call Cameroner right away.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
Friday Night Rivals trophies and awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
(14-13) Lawrence Manning over Wilson Hall, and now talk about a bus stop of the game.
Top of the game. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
Let's talk about a school bus stop of a game right there. Talk about it, Joe. Right
well,
there.
I mean, it's the bad snap, unable to collect it, and then the Swamp Cats were able to get in there and block the extra point, and that turned out to be, Stacy, the difference in this ball game.
Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
Let's go. Player of the game brought to you by Atkins Law Firm. Joe, who do you think it might be? We have some good candidates in this ball game. Let's see who. Drum roll, please. Player of the game brought to you by Atkins Law Firm when it comes to.
Well, there's no doubt about this in my book. Granger Powell, 8 of 11, 126 and a touchdown. But his work on the ground in the second half, picking up first downs on tough running, not turning the ball over, getting the ball in the hands of the right guys all night long. You see him sneak right there. He's able to leverage his way in the end zone, and then watch him right there. Just makes a man miss, pops it to the corner. Again, is able to scamper ahead, pick up a first down, and boy, Granger Powell had himself a night for the Swamp Cats, who come up with a huge win tonight.
When it comes to workers' comp, remember who you hire matters. Now, play of the game brought to you by Mark Brown Law Firm. What is the play of the game? Is a couple of candidates for that. Down to Claire on the field with the victorious LMA Swamp Cats.
Earlier this week.
Coach Noonan was talking about his team. Great performance that time by the LMA Swamp Cats, pulling the upset. 14-13 here, folks. Thank you, Claire, on the sideline. Thank you, Coach Noonan. Congratulations to the Swamp Cats of LMA, Laurence Manning Academy. And I want to thank some folks that made it all possible. We already thanked our crew. I want to shout out my man Joe Cash and Claire Foley on the sideline. I'm Stacy Health, thanking our promotional considerations. Sonic, Stewart Law Offices, South Carolina National Guard, MUSC Health, Camden Heating and Air, Atkins Law Firm, USC Sumter, Jim Hudson Automotive, Michaelis Mattress, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Joy Law Firm, Lexington Medical Center, Will Lugree Opportunity School, Northeast Trophies and Awards. And next week, Fairfield Central, the Griffins, at Newberry, the Bulldogs, next Friday, September 19th. Join us there on FNR Game of the Week. From all our crew here, everybody here from Sumter, South Carolina. Good night, everybody. Have a great sports week. See you next week on the FNR High School Football Game of the Week. Good night.